Either way, there we go. So, obviously I haven't played more since last time. I'm trying to make this like stream only, at least for right now. Oh god, never mind. Can't play today. Finally fantasy. My baby boy, my pride and joy, my final fantasy. I have that image saved somewhere. I say that image, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Absolutely nobody does. Where is it? I have it saved because I couldn't find it for years. Here it is, yep, here it is, okay. Alright. Here. I'm really feeling it. Together with my son. He is my tiny and good son of joy. I am so proud of you, my little boy. You are so studious, my son. You are my starry night sky. This is hard to read. Just two moms having fun with their strong baby boy. I'm fucking invincible now that my sons are here. I'm Sundowner. These are my fantastic children. There he is, my perfect boy, my final fantasy. It seems like I make up some of the words in here. Or maybe I've seen another version of this. I swore it said, like, my baby boy, my pride and joy, my final fantasy. Maybe I saw that somewhere else. Well, it's funnier how I remember it, but regardless of how I remember it, I really like that right there quite a lot. 6 sons, more than enough to kill anyone that moves. Look at him, he is my newest son, my dear ubiquitous boy, my coveted kin. Over the past few months, I've started to appreciate the love some video game parents have for their beautiful video game children. In this heartwarming photo set, I attempt to document the unconditional affection they show for their offspring, their sources of joy. You can make of this as you will. It's one of my favorite images. That's all there is to it. It's pretty high on the Hakanai image tier list. Okay. I don't want the guide. I don't care about Chivos. No, how about you just don't bother me with it all? I know how the game works. Get this stuff off my screen, please. Okay. So let's see. Last time I did... Did I do the level 21? Yeah, okay, I did. Alright. There's only a couple more of those left. Alright, so I guess I resume main story quest. And also maybe do these blue quests I accidentally unlocked. Whoops. Let's see, where'd I go? Upper Limsa. Okay. I think I can do that. I think I know how to get to Upper Limsa. I hit the bring me to Upper Limsa button. I don't know what Aft Castle is, but when I see Aft Castle, I think middle of Upper Limsa. Is that Tidus? It's essentially Tidus with rabbit ears, yeah. There he goes. We'll never see him again. I hope. Alright, I don't have to care about those right now. Alright. Let go. For some reason, I think usually I keep this on minus, not equals. But it's on equals, not right now. I have it in my mind that, like, pressing minus speeds me up. Maybe I just move it back. I don't know why. I don't know what I would put on equals then. I have no clue. Weird muscle memory stuff. Again, 4th time I've played this damn game. So it's gonna happen. Rainer. Alright, well, this seems like another thing you could have done on your own. But hey, I mean, if you're gonna reward me with 220 gil and a fancy ring, then I guess I'll do it. I'll be your errand boy. I'll be your pride and joy. I'll be your Final Fantasy. Someone stop me. I'm out of control. Oh no, this is way harder than I thought it'd be. I don't know if they're upstairs. Oh wait, no. They're actually up there. Never mind. I don't even need to consider the stairs. So after progress being a bit slow recently, hey look, it's another Toho person. It says Hakure above their name. That's how you know. I'm followed by them. They're just everywhere. They're just kind of everywhere, honestly. It has nothing to do with me being here. You see people with Toho names like all the time in this game. And you know what I think about that? Good. Let them take over. This is their world. Yours, no, more like Gensokyo. Travel to place that I don't have tuned? Oh, it's on the... Why didn't I? I was there last time. I have 4 gil. I have to walk. Okay. Well, you know what? Fine. Because... Western Minutia. Let me maybe go do these real quick then. None of these. Okay. Western Minutia is... Wait. No. Okay, hold on. Okay, it was the map being weird. Well, Western Minutia is where I have to go. They probably aren't going to be sending me back to South anymore, so maybe I should go do that too real quick. Even though it, like, does nothing but give me 132 gil and unlock housing. I'll just do it so it's out of the damn way. Because I accepted the quest. And if I don't clean up these right now, I'll have to come back and do them later. But I guess I will be coming back for a cleanup at one point. But yeah, I was gonna say. Translating in progress has been pretty slow recently, but I have finally picked things up. Got a lot done over the past couple days. I'm going to start giving myself internal deadlines for like sections of Labyrinth of Toho Tri's story. I don't want to be the reason the game takes forever to come out. Yes, it's still in development, so right now it's, you know, it's both of us. 3Peso and I are both working hard. Well, he's probably working harder than me. But I'm gonna try to like get off my ass and actually do things. So yeah, I'm doing deadlines for like each section, each like dungeon floors worth of cutscenes and whatnot. So it's going well. Hey, look, there they are still. Reimu's gonna go punch people. Excuse me, Yoruichi's gonna go punch people. So yeah, good things happening there. I've already done my translating for the day. Well, in a sense, I've done my labyrinth stuff for the day. Later tonight, and yeah, I'll be up pretty late tonight, I suppose. I need to translate a few more Devil of Decline reports into Japanese and fix a few more typos in the sheets. Hopefully, DoD is still coming out this month. I need to run things by the devs and see how they're doing on that front. And then I need to do some similar bug report translating for Dai-chan's Great Adventure World's End. Colloquially known as just World's End, except if you say that, nobody knows what you're talking about. So you need to say Dai-chan. But then everyone could confuse it for all the other Dai-chan games, except they won't, because no one really knows about them. So you just have to say the full name, Dai-chan's Great Adventure World's End, previously known as Dai-chan's Great Adventure End of World, but I was like, you know, that sounds bad in English, let's change it to World's End. Nobody's gonna complain about a change like that, you know, it's just like a phrasing thing. The meaning stays the same, so it's okay. Yeah, these days I actually feel kind of sorry for localizers, because I feel like in at least some of these cases, and a lot of these localizers probably aren't like online on Twitter to defend themselves, at least some of the cases, I don't know how many, but I think people who criticize them should be open to the possibility that maybe they discussed these like changes that people don't like with the writers, with the devs. A lot of the time it's... Oh, I see that goes to the housing place. I was so confused, like why is there like a barrier? A lot of the time this stuff isn't just decided on your own. Now, I don't really know what it's like working for like a AAA company or like being a Square Enix localizer or whatever like that, for example. But at least in my case, a good chunk of my projects... Just go. I don't care. A good chunk of my projects, I discuss stuff with devs directly. There are plenty where I don't. For example, with Shady Trial, the process was like, okay, The dev approves the translation, and he will host it officially once it's done. But he doesn't really have the time to like help with like the coding or anything, so I had to get someone to help with the Unity stuff on my side. And a couple times early on, I asked him like, "Hey, how do you feel about this localization change?" He's like, "Yeah, that makes sense." So I kind of like just put out feels there and like got an idea for like, I don't like phrasing like this, but yes, essentially how much I could get away with. Shitty Trial is a very, very unique game. I think it had to be dealt with the way it did, and there's probably places I could have localized more in there. Maybe I should have changed like the bathhouse discussion scene, because that was boring. But I think it was supposed to be boring. Maybe not. Maybe it was supposed to be like, oh, this is relatable if you're a Japanese person going to bathhouses. I don't know. But I think there is also something kind of funny about having like this really long discussion about bathhouses that the characters get really into, but clearly the players wouldn't care about in the least. Anyway, not really the point. Yeah, it really just does depend on the project. Though with Shady Trial, I just kind of got a feel for it. And there is a bit of that with every project, like with Labyrinth. I'm like, okay. So I'm like changing a joke here, or maybe even adding in like some clever wordplay on like a skill name. But essentially, I think I've figured out 3 Pesos like writing style and stuff to the point where I could say, if this wordplay had been possible in Japanese, this is the kind of thing he would have done. So some people might look at that and say like, hey, Hakanai, you added wordplay here. Why does Aya's skill say fancy wing work instead of like fancy footwork or fancy positioning? And that's because I feel like if the Japanese had worked out where that was possible, or if he was doing it in English, it would have probably said that or something very similar. Also, I ran it by him and he gave it a thumbs up. So fuck you. He gave it a thumbs up. I ran it by him directly. Because I do like to make sure I'm not going against the dev's wishes. It is not my intention to like run, you know, like memes through the blood of these games and like make them cool with them. Absolutely not. But I try to maintain the same kind of writing style that the dev had. Everyone talks really casually in Labyrinth Try, and I feel like I put a big emphasis on that. I think it's good. A lot of the lines I feel like will be very natural sounding conversations if you just read them out loud, and I try to keep that feel. Nightmare Miko. Yeah, in Fairy Card Rogue, we actually went with Miko instead of Shrine Maiden. Specifically, so here's the reason. Fairy Card Rogue didn't really get updated more past the initial release, unfortunately, but the gist is that the dev wanted all the class names, or like deck names, whatever they were, to be single words. I guess because that's how it is in Slay the Spire, probably. So you've got Witch, you've got Tengu, and you've got Shrine Maiden, but he wanted it to be Miko, so we changed it to Miko. I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. A lot of people know what Miko means anyway. You know, people are going to see, oh, it's got rainbow cards. It's the Shrine Maiden set, it's the rainbow set, so that's fine. So yeah, there is veto power there, for sure. Most devs usually don't use it. I feel like most of them... Well, it really depends. A lot of devs are very hands-off. Some are more hands-on. I feel like a lot of devs just don't really care that much, which I get the impression is even more of a thing with like Chinese fan game devs. Like, you work with real, but most devs, you work with change of translations and you have to scold them. Let's see. I don't know if I've had that quite happen. I have had devs do like stuff that messes up the English version, like formatting stuff or like parts that like auto-gen text. So if my memory serves right, Fairy Card Rogue is essentially like all the text in it is auto-generated based on the card text. I had to tell the dev, this is not going to work in English. I need to be able to manually put all the text in. So it's like, okay. So I had to manually write up all the descriptions because it's a lot harder, at least I find. What the hell is that? It's a level fidgety hunt monster. Just ignore that guy. I don't need to deal with him. Maybe someone could have done it. Maybe a quote-unquote better localizer could have done it. Better translator. I don't care. I'd rather just write them up manually instead of like having to... Because it's either I do that or I tell him, okay, you need to add these different kinds of like automated generation cases. And it's going to be this whole back and forth because like, okay, I want these two things to be separated by a comma instead of having a period in between because it reads better or something like that. So like, okay, at this point, just let me do all of it. It's so much easier. Yeah, honestly, like the more control I get in my projects, the better. Frankly, a lot of the time, if I just had the source code in front of me and like a basic understanding, like the ability to Google like what to do with the language, I could probably just manage. I could probably manage sometimes better than I could manage with devs. I wish I had that for like Double Decline in GOS. I would have tried to like go in and fix some bugs and stuff that they probably aren't going to address. There are some parts of the game they say that they can't really touch. I don't really know the specifics behind why. I didn't dig into it, you know. If a dev tells me no on something, I usually just respect that. And I'm not like, well, why? Are you really sure? I do tell them like, yeah, this might really not look that good. Like, there's a lot of places in DoD where you can go out of bounds. There are errors in the map tiling that both look bad because there's like squares around stuff sometimes, and there's just places where there's like tiles that shouldn't be, like they didn't put a wall or whatever, so you can just go out of bounds. Usually you just like walk off of a platform a few spaces, but there are places we can just get like full on out of bounds, I think, in a couple maps. And I reported them anyway, even though very early into DoD I was told we can't do anything with the map. Not that we won't, it's we can't. I don't know, if you guys were the ones mid-game, I would think it'd be possible. Again, I'm not really here to criticize, you know, I'm doing my part. I'm doing what I can to make these games as good as they are from my point. But I recognize that I don't have full control, and that's fine. Hold on, I need to touch this damn crystal first. How can I? You buffoon. Please don't. I'm forgetting this. Yeah, I feel like... What do you mean you can't? Like, if you made the game, it's not like the game, like, takes control away from you. It's not like, okay, we built the game once, we can't do anything. You know, we can change the graphics, we could change the text, but we can't do this. I don't really know what that means in that sense, but whatever. It's whatever it is, you know? Nope. Skip that cutscene. Evento doste kure. Okay, there we go. It wasn't letting me attack for a second there. Alright, how do I play this game again? Question, honestly. Okay, so what's the thing I use for why can't I use ether charge? Oh, I don't have carbuncle out. That would be why. Right, he's not out if you log back in. Forgot about that. Okay. Alright, ether charge is counting down now. Game is suddenly a lot louder. Again, if this is too loud, let me know. Like, volume bar has like gone up by like twice as much in OBS, pretty much, I've noticed. It's a lot of things. You bastards. I'm not expected to heal these guys, by the way, so this fight should essentially just win itself if I just keep going. It's not like it's an Arcanist fight specifically, so it's just gonna be fine. The NPCs will do most of the work. This is, I think, like, some kind of tutorial fight. Actually, wait, no, it's main story, right? I'm doing main story. Yeah, the NPC's gonna die, but it doesn't really matter. It's not gonna be so hard of a fight. Like, if you look here, these guys are gonna die, but this guy's probably, like, pretty much impossible, because he has a name. I guess that Saltwind guy does, too. In fact, I think I probably can't even really heal them for much. Yeah, it gets, like, reduced because they're not in my party, so you're not really expected to heal them. Just get away from that. Okay, ether charge. Hit that other button. Keep pummeling him. Which one? The big demon, probably? I don't know, probably the big demon. I'm working on it, trust me, I am working on it. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with how most of my localizations slash translations end up, you know. There's always a mixture of both in there. I think the writing for Labyrinth is pretty good. And I think I'm making it look pretty good as well. I don't think there were any... Duty failed. Duty failed. Excuse me. Duty failed? I lose if that guy dies? Okay, hold on. What do I need to do then? Wait. Wait. Okay, hold on now. I mean, I don't remember, like, failing this before. Quest... Yeah, I know how quest battles work. That's nothing to do with a quest battle. Yes, I know how AoEs work. Yep. I mean, I was hitting stuff. I don't have any AoE or anything. I don't know what to tell you. Why does this game feel weird going back to it? Maybe they've, like, readjusted the main story or something. Let's see what they say. They said, like, take out the frontline people, and, like, I was. Frontline people right here. They're the melee people. Frontline means melee. Let's start with frontline fodder. Yeah, I was killing these guys. Then the demon showed up and I had to go deal with him because he wouldn't get off me. I see, they just make the NPCs do shit for damage. I have to do all the work basically. Actually, no. Oh, okay. I see. That guy's tanky. I didn't realize that. So I think it wants me to kill these weak guys. So they can gang up on the big guy, maybe. Okay, I clearly just saw someone heal this guy. But whatever. It's fine. Healing him that bad. I mean, he's taking some damage. He is indeed taking some damage. I wish it would have told me that, like, letting that guy die would be game over, though. Important Oblivion NPC. For the fate has been severed. You done goofed. You fucked up. We'll keep on taking out the fodder then. We don't have enough damage to burst the other guy down, apparently. It's just gonna punish me if I do that, I'm not sure. It worked before. I think I was, like, trying to kill this guy before. I didn't even realize he was different than the others because I didn't read. Oh. Summon Emerald. That'll be useful later, not now. But it exists, at least. Alright. Wish you guys would stop getting aggro on me. What's the point of the NPCs if they don't maintain aggro? Come on, men. Here's a trick to make you shit your pants. I cast brown magic. Ever heard of black magic, white magic, blue magic, red magic? Brown magic is a thing too. It's just most wizards, you know, stray away from it because it's kind of considered in poor taste. Very poor taste. I guess they don't want you to attack the demon. Oh. Okay, am I allowed to attack the demon now? Okay. Now I guess we're good. There's, like, kind of an unspoken order that they want you to follow here. I don't remember most of, like, these quests being that strict. Maybe it's because I'm healer and I have shit damage that it matters more. Some of my gear is behind too, because there isn't really much point, like, replacing the gear this early to get, like, a couple extra stat points. Probably. Oh no, but I can't do that. They're masked. That is not a masked mage, that is a lesser gargoyle. How much HP does the mage have? Can I just burst you? Can I even hit you? Beat the masked mage might... Oh, no, I can. I mean, I can heal myself, so it would be funny. It would be funny if I just killed you. I'm gonna try it. Like I said, I like doing the wrong thing. I love nothing more than doing the wrong thing and getting rewarded for it. I'm just gonna try to kill this guy. I'll heal myself in a sec. I'm just using some of my cooldowns first. So someday I think NP will be a problem, but right now it's not at all. In fact, hey, you know what? I'm gonna put you to sleep, my friend. How about you stop bothering me so I can target your master? Hey. I do actually have a good class for this, don't I? Neat. I should only lock the hopper. Well, all the hoppers in general, I guess. He sleeps for a good while. I think there's a thing where, like, it's gonna, like, do less next time. It's gonna, like, sleep him for half the time, and half the time going down until it's nothing. I want to say that's a thing. I don't think I'm making that. I think that's, like, something that, like, matters if you're a blue mage, because blue mage has a good sleep spell, I think. Like an AoE one or something. It's probably this exact one, actually. This one is AoE, technically. Like, hits stuff around your target and all that. Yep. Oh, weird. I thought something happened there. I guess not. We're just taking a while. Sleep. Some MMOs probably do need to be MMOs, yeah, but once we get further into Final Fantasy, you'll see like the benefits to it being like a multiplayer game, like the not so much the raids. The raids are cool too, I guess, but I really like the trials, the like big proper boss fights. A lot of them are really cool. They have very, very nice music. You know, like you'd expect from Final Fantasy games, like all this music here, music we've heard so far, I don't give a shit. It's nothing that I care about. And I don't like orchestrated stuff at all. Hey, the gargoyle just dies. Yeah. Duty complete, you did it. 11 out of 10. Goodbye. Trials would be cool. It shouldn't be ridiculously long. I can probably do E3 in this stream. I don't know when it gets unlocked, but we'll see. Hold on. What my report? Okay. To Homestead, because I can't go into this building. But yeah, I want to do the stuff while I'm here. Are they out back? There. Oh, right. No, sorry. Okay, I'm stupid. No. This is report to, what's the lead menu? I forget how this works. Well, I remember how it works. I just forgot the button. There's a button for this. It's not that one. Well, I guess I could just click it here, I think, but... Oh, so it's the quest menu. Journal J? J, there we go. Okay. Alright, yep. That's fine. Sure I wouldn't die here. Alright. Okay. I'm just starting like this optional thing here. So this one... It just wants me to kill the big crab. Okay, I can probably do that. So lead quests are like, they're not really randomly generated. There's like a small like subset of them per area. Oh. It was about to start a gimmick like prevent it from joining its reinforcements. And that didn't even become a thing at all. It just kind of dropped dead. Okay. Usually lead quests aren't that quick. Anyway, I'm not going to get super into these right now. There's not too much point. But, essentially... fine, I'll do this too. Okay. Okay, wait. Alright, all that did was just unlock them. Good, okay. So now if I want, I could, like, accept them here. You can do them for, like, these as well. So you can do them for, like, fishing and gathering and stuff, as well as delivering, crafting goods. So all three class types, you can do them. They require leave allowances. You get, I think, like, a certain amount of these a day. And this is just how many you can have accepted at once. So, like, you can't just go and do 200 of these in a day. But you can get these and do them as, like, good bonus XP for characters. And you'll get more stuff from doing them in, like, specific areas and stuff later on. And I think they always have the same rewards. So if you find, like, one that has a good item that you need, a bunch of, like, a crafting material or something, you can just keep doing it. You can just keep, like, refreshing the list by doing one, and it refreshes the list every time you do that, I think. It's good. It's very useful. There's the other one. Okay, hold on. Right, this is where he sent me. And I think Guild has where, oh, Duty Finder. Oh, I think Guild has for, like, the tutorial things, right? These are essentially, like, Duty Finder tutorials. Maybe. Hold on. I just want to find the button. What's the button? I need to remember the things here. Duty U. Okay. Yep, so this, yeah, it's just basic training. Yeah, I guess you get a completion bonus, so sure, why not? I can queue up for this while I could do other things. I'm in no big rush though. But it does give me some stuff. It's good to just do them once. Like I said, I want to complete like all the stuff with the duty finder on this character because that's fun. Even if some of them are absolute CBT that require guides. Pretty much. Okay. I don't care about like accepting more leaf stuff right now. That will be really useful later on if I want to level up another class or something. But right now it's like, who cares? Not really relevant. But as long as I don't get into anything too busy, like as long as I don't end up in like a story fight, I can just stay in this queue. Now keep in mind, I'm on Merilith. Merilith is not a very active server. Not a very active data center. Excuse my terminology. But still, I'll take what I can get. Just if it pops, it pops. It's not very important. When I do get to like some important stuff, which will come up later, like the first dungeon, like Pirate Cove place or whatever, if it doesn't pop within like just a couple minutes, I'll switch over to another data center temporarily and do that, and maybe do the guild hests as well at the same time, because you can just really do that. What I believe. It's what people on Reddit said they were doing. And of course, doing that means the queues on Merilith will take even longer for the people who don't switch to the other data center, but, well, what are you gonna do about it? I gotta play the game, you know? There's a bunch of, like, specific duties and, like, raids and stuff that even if you're on, like, a really populated server, you will not find people for. Even if you wait, like, hours sometimes, like some of the specific Bahamut ones. Because there's, like, a shit ton of, like, different parts to the raids that are, like, separate queues. It's like, here's, like, 15 different Bahamut raid sections. And here's them on hard mode. And, yeah. So, imagine, like, you want to do a really specific one. You gotta wait for, like... I forget if you need 4 or 8 people or what for that, but you'll be waiting for a little while. So, in the end, I just gave up and just did them unsynced with a friend. Because... we're not just gonna go and like recruit random people off Discord or something, you know? Once I get far enough to make a guild in here, which I do plan on doing, I'll make a little free company, let people join. Yeah, if we can get together for some casual stuff like that, if people are like me and for some reason want to OCD fill out the duty finder. But that'll be later on. And I don't think I'm gonna have that many people around anyway. Last time was a fluke. I got raided and, you know, I don't believe it. I still don't believe it. It doesn't make sense to me. According to my stats on Twitch, I had 80 people for the last 3 hours of that stream. People stuck the fuck around, apparently. To be fair, I'm gonna bet what happened is 80 people fell asleep. 80 people fell asleep at the computers, probably. But hey, I guess that's numbers, you know. I would prefer like 10 people that were here in chat than 80 people that were quiet, honestly. Because those are the quote-unquote numbers that matter more to me. I want like actual engagement. And people to assist me in speaking so I'm not talking to myself the whole time. Right. Elevator works. Yeah, it's nice to have people to talk to. I don't know. It's just... I wish you'd just say lower decks instead of bulwark hall, but yeah, it's here. You have the places for the travel between cities. We'll be going there in a little while. Yeah, like, a thought kind of like occurred to me earlier today. Like, as a streamer, don't be afraid to say wrong things. Don't be afraid to, like, speculate and guess and just blab on about stuff that you're not totally sure of. Like, I'm not talking about, like, political opinions and controversial shit. I'm not going there. I just saw the cool umbrella. Hey, there we go. Nice. But, like, you know, streams are all about, like, discourse. Like, if people want to hear you talk about well-researched info and opinions and whatnot, facts, anything, well-researched conclusions, they'll go watch a YouTube video. They'll go watch someone with, like, a scripted video that they spent, like, days, weeks, months researching. But they're watching your stream. So, you know, a lot of the time it's okay if you just, you know, open up a topic. Even if you say, like, hey, I don't know much about this, or here's what this is, like, from my point of view. but I'm probably stupid. I'm not saying engagement for. I'm like, hey, if I'm wrong in this, tell me in the comments below. Just don't say comments below, and it doesn't really sound that bad. I did put up like an open invitation for people to like correct me on like some Buddhism stuff in my most recent PCB video, but that was like legitimately like I could only find so much, and I'm not sure if someone was just making up that funny pose that Ron did. So it was like, I think it's this one, but I'm really not so sure. So like, someone please do actually tell me. But it's okay, I didn't say comments below. What do you mean? I'm the healer. It's me. Oh, no, I think I count as DPS right now. Maybe? I don't actually know. I guess I must. Until I, like, split my class later, huh? Interesting. Huh, it's funny. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, limbreaks and whatnot, yada yada yada. Yeah, limbreaks are a funny thing that I always just kind of forget about. Yep. Each targets and whatnot, yep. This is basically just saying, hey, maybe don't pull all the enemies at once, but the numbers in this aren't very good, so I think, hey, you can still pull all the enemies at once, probably. It doesn't really care. Or maybe not. Wants us to get in here? Sure. It says hazardous zone. Okay. I'm in the zone. Okay. Alright, well, maybe it does matter, but either way, yeah. Oh, no, the tank is definitely angered at the Ngubu. It probably doesn't matter here. I think some of the later guild tests, like, are actually strict enough where, like, you will lose, like, if you don't do what they say. These are just teaching about, like, some basic, raid mechanics and that kind of thing. Very, very simple stuff. Oh, I was gonna commend the tank because they were brave. Yeah, they upgraded the combination menu. It's like cool icons there. You can have like cards now. That's cool. Yeah, talk to the person here. Good, thank you. Get me out. How do I get out again? Yes. Okay. I really wish it wouldn't use the word abandon there because like you're done. Just say like conclude current duty and go back to whatever you were doing. Because if you like try to leave early through like the menu, I think it still says like abandon. It might have an extra message like, are you sure you want to abandon this, leave people alone or something. So maybe it's not that bad. Where am I going? I have to go back to the bar. What else is in my mind, in my constant stream of thoughts? My teeth have gotten better. I'm basically not dealing with any pain now as long as I don't mess up and like launch something with them. So I'm essentially good to just, you know, chill until my appointment on June 10th. Get them cleaned and get scheduled, get something done with them. I haven't had to take any more of the opioids they prescribed me, so that's good. I didn't even have to use all of them. Very nice. I haven't had to even take like painkillers. I'm just taking the antibiotics, and that is fortunately enough. Put on the dress shoes. Do I have to? I guess I have to. Sometimes the game does force you to dress up. It's kind of weird like that. So I have to go downstairs, I guess. While I'm at it, let me take this opportunity to grab all the teleports. I think the only one upstairs I don't have is the Culinarians Guild. Like I said, I want to have these. Obviously, like, you only have to, like, do these multiple ones in towns, but it saves you a lot of time because, like, do you see all those icons and things on the map? You know, sometimes you want to get around to those. The quests and stuff. It's nice. If you're doing, like, Culinarian, you know, and you come back here, like, every 5 levels or so for, like, your Culinarian quest, do you want to have to walk all the way from there to here, like, spend an extra 20 seconds or so every time? No, you don't. So you're going to hit this, and you're just going to warp next time. It helps. So I still need to get Fisherman's Guild, apparently. I think I'll have them all, so I will try to do that real quick, maybe. Lower... what? Oh, no. Sorry, I mean Lower Decks, not Lower Lenosha. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab that real quick before I forget again. And that should unlock one more bonus one. I think it lets you teleport to the airship dock, maybe? I don't know. Wait, how do I... Okay, I think I need to go down here, yeah. 3D maps. Incomprehensible. Oh, also, I did play a bit more Rabbit Steel. I gave single player a try. And I made it through hard... no, sorry. I made it through normal without all that much trouble. I only really came close to losing like once, and it's because Maddie's fight is a little bit difficult. When there's like 6 mice on screen like doing the different attacks, it took me a second to like kind of have my brain catch up. Wait, no, I'm not here to join your guild. Disgusting, no. Not yet. I'm just here to touch the blue crystal, sorry. I'm just here to use your bathroom if you don't mind. Mine showed me where it is. Yes, airship. Okay, and gates. So I can like teleport to like the entrances and exits. Oh, which yeah, those are actually on separate maps, which is useful. Like, it brings you like out here, so that's actually very helpful. I need to go to. God if I know. It said lower, right? Oh, okay. It's over there. So yeah, just go to the plaza, and that's fine. Cool. Yeah, so like I was saying, normal wasn't really that bad. I tried hard after. I've only tried it once so far. Definitely a bit harder. Gee, no shit. I did not succeed. I don't know if I'll like grind it out. I don't think the game is like that fascinating for me. If anything, I might just enjoy like, you know, a casual run through normal with some friends with a new class or something now and again. That's kind of cool. Because I did enjoy that there was a little bit more Danmaku in single player, but it's not like to the point where it's really like super duper engaging. It's very, very simple. It's a cool game though, but raid mechanics and like nothing more than that don't really heavily appeal to me. To the point where I really want to like spend a lot of time on it. Well, instance place. Speak with... Ah, so... This is my home here. Okay. Hey. Leave. So I still struggle with stuff like, Actually, I'm gonna say like most of the time when I get hit... Well, there's usually 2 reasons. Actually, no, I'm gonna say there's usually 3. It's because there's like overlapping lines or something on like screen cleave mechanics, and I have a really hard time reading like what's what and what's where I'm really supposed to go at all. And the other times would be I have some kind of like movement mechanic on me, like like blustery winds or whatever that make you like jump around instead of move normally. That feels awful. I really don't like that. Oh, back to the... Oh, over there. Okay, I see, right. It just sent me over here against my will. Okay. Hopefully I can take off my dress shoes now. Don't want them. Give back. Do I have... Oh, I should probably put my best thing on. Yep, so some of these actually do materia assaults, but I don't care about that right now. Maybe at level 30, once we have like our proper class unlocked, I'll actually do some things with gear. But we'll get there when we get there. Yeah, it's either stuff like that or like when the boss tethers you and drags you around. That I don't find that bad. But some of that stuff can be tricky. Hey, Red Flame. Yeah, if you prefer blue, that's fine. Usually people call me Hawkeye though. That's a lot more common. They actually call me Blue in-game in Final Fantasy because they use your last name. It's kind of strange. But it's not offensive to me. It doesn't bother me. The third reason is because my character is too damn slow. I think there's like an actual problem with the game. Like if you take anything that slows your movement speed in Rabbit and Steel, there are some like things that you just outright will not make it to in time. Unless, and sometimes even if, you like position beforehand because you know where the attack is. It's really harsh on that. And it's even compounded worse if you're playing like a class that slows down or stops when they're casting stuff. Like Magician is especially affected by this, of course. So at this point, if I see something that lets me use an ability without having to stop or slow down, I almost always take it. If I see something that makes my character faster, I almost always take it, because that is such a huge difference. Now, mind you, on hard mode, it is... Make sure I don't have to talk to you again. It is a bit tricky because hard mode and above introduces time limits on boss fights. If you don't kill them quick enough, they enrage and just kill you. They start like launching unavoidable attacks that you can't even iframe through or anything. You have like a hard time limit to the fight. So it really puts like a hard choice, and you're like, okay, do I take the speed that I literally know I will require for some parts of the game? Or do I take the damage I also require? I feel like it's rough. I feel like they need to buff like the base move speed just a little bit. And I did hear that they're going to tone down the movement slowing relics. Or maybe they're going to buff them to make up for the movement speed more. I don't know. I just know they were going to make them like stronger in a sense. I'm not sure if that's outright stronger or less punishing. One or the other. They're apparently also going to buff Magician, funny enough. Magician is a very good beginner class though, because she can hit stuff from anywhere on the screen, doesn't have to position at all. Besides, like, if she wants to position in her defensive circle for increased haste. But you know what? I didn't even know I had that until 24 hours ago. Because I didn't bother. I'd already beat the game a few times in normal, and I just didn't care. I just used it as a bomb button. But when I played single player, I'm like, you know, I got less stuff to keep track of on the screen. I think I can actually maybe make use of this stuff. So I checked it because, like, all the defensives feel kind of similar until you actually read them. They usually just give you a buff or place down a buff field or give your allies a buff too. So, you know, they don't stand out much, like, visually. Or, like, they don't really pop, but they do have different effects that you can make some good use of. See, this is why I got the airship landing thing. I think you can just go down the elevator to get here. So I think now comes the point where we need to go to the other towns and say hello to the other people. That famous adventure. That famous level 22 Arcanist who hasn't really accomplished anything. Oh, actually, I'm level 23. No, sorry, I'm big. I'm huge. You guys need to, like, pull out the red carpet for me. I'm level 23. That right there is the threshold. Cross that and you're good. You're in the books. I hear at level 24 you get the blue check mark. Which is why I'm staying level 23. I'll pass on that. Apparently you can gift people the blue check mark. Which sounds like a mean prank. I think there's a way you can, like, hide it. I'm surprised more people don't hide it. Because I feel like nobody likes the blue check mark. I like the game. This is my 4th time playing it. It's very fun. Even alone, you can have a really good time, I think. Like, there's a duty finder, so, like, you can queue up for stuff with other people. You obviously don't need, like, a full friend group. I say it is better if you have, like, 1 to 3 friends to play with. Like, a consistent group that you, like, get together for every day or two for a couple hours. But I have also played alone. Once in the Japanese servers before. And even if I'm playing with a group, I'll usually log on my off time and do, like, extra stuff. Like, sure, we might be doing, like, the main story stuff and boss fights together, but maybe I want to train mining and blacksmithing on the side. You know, that's not really something they care about, possibly, so maybe I'll do that in my own time. I gotta go meet the, what's the word? What is the word? No, I think I'm the emissary here. What's the word for, like, political representative person? It's not like a queen or princess. I think she is a princess, maybe, though. English hard. I can't remember the Japanese word either. But she's like the Danian important person I have to go meet. I have to go do the same thing in the place I still can't remember the name of in the desert. But yeah, in a little while, I think I'll finally be at the point in the main story. Okay. That's weird. I was stuck for a second. That's never happened. Not quite like that, at least. I think I'll finally be at the point where I can, like, start running dungeons and stuff. They'll, like, give me a dungeon to go through, mandatory for the main story. A good deal of them are mandatory, but there's optional ones too that you can get. So I'll run through that, and that kind of like gives a better taste of what the game is actually like. The content with other people. That is really where like the bulk of the game is. All the duty finder stuff. Like all the major story fights, barring some like ones that nobody really cares about, you have to queue up for and do with other people. Or your like own friend group if you want. It's up to you really. But most of them you'll need like 4 people for, sometimes more. And that is like, I think universally agreed upon to be like where the good gameplay is at. There's some people who are also in the game for the story, but personally I couldn't really care less. Maybe once I get past like where I was before and into, you know, people always say like each expansion story is better than the last, I think. So I don't know, maybe I'll care, but I don't really have like prior investment in the characters who were in the previous expansions that will be making returns in there, so probably not. Final Fantasy story has never really appealed to me much in general. I played through Final Fantasy VII about a year ago or so with a friend. With like the voice mod, like the high-res texture mod, and better battle model mod and stuff. Like we had it all decked out. Had full voice acting for every line in the game, including like random ass NPCs. So a lot of varying mic qualities and accents and stuff in there. They just pretty much let anyone join who wanted to, which is cool. I'm not shit talking that at all. I think it's really cool. Fairy Card Rogue does something like that for its art. It's got a lot of like, all the card art is from very different artists, so there's different quality. Some people might think like, oh, it's inconsistent, and sure, if that's what matters to you, fine, but stuff like that, you know, it's kind of like, it's all about the Dojin spirit, or like with the Final Fantasy thing, like the fan spirit, right? Very similar things. Makes it into a cool group effort. But I barely even understood the story without my friend kind of like easing me into it, because Final Fantasy VII has a convoluted story. The game is weird. I could not read the story back to you after playing it. And I also didn't really get invested in any of the characters. I don't know if it's the writing, or if I'm just a jaded old man at this point. Oh, I meant the other place, by the way. This is the, Ul'dah. I'm in Ul'dah. Here it is. You can't really tell because I'm indoors, but this is like a town in like, I guess it's not really quite a desert, but it's like dry in comparison. I don't know. Kind of has a like desert-y aesthetic. Somewhat. It's kind of like the sandstone walls. It's probably not actually sandstone. But yeah, I'm trying to think like which Final Fantasy game is like made me feel the most, but I'm not really sure. That friend of mine seems to be able to get into them. Like he said, Tactics Advance had a story that he really liked that resonated with him, I guess. Oh, voice acting. I thought I smelled you. FF Type 0. I've never played that. In fact, I don't think I even know what it is. I've heard the name. Let's see. Final Fantasy Type 0. What is that? Is it just like another Final Fantasy game? Common Mythos with 13 and 15. Huh. No, I've never really heard people talk about it. I wonder why they called it Type 0. I feel like, I don't know, that game just exists and I've never really heard it discussed. It's funny when there's just games that are like that. Back to Lanesha, good. I could teleport, but it's a bit more expensive because I'm on like a different continent. Oh, I have a bit of money now. Yeah, I'll do it. Bring me back. I'm not gonna go to the airship and walk through the gates and stuff every time. I don't know, like, jaded old man as I might be, I do still feel things, mind you. I played Amori after it came out, and I bawled. I've never cried that hard at a video game before. Amori messed me up. I yearn for more games that can do that to me. But they're pretty rare, they're extremely rare. Amori is the hardest I've ever cried at a game, And Assassination Classroom is the hardest I've ever cried at an anime. Anyone who's seen how that ends might understand why. You wouldn't think it'd be a tearjerker going into it. You really wouldn't. But it is. It is. Absolutely is. Give me the money. That money stuff is like actual stuff I have to go sell off for money, by the way. Oh, that's like 3,300 gil. I should probably do that at one point, huh? Okay. So if it's mentioning pirates, we're very close to the point where we can actually do a dungeon, finally. Good. Very good. But yeah. Other games. Danganronpa was good in that sense. Like, I didn't cry or anything. I did tear up. I did tear up once or twice at very, very specific death scenes for characters I really liked. Didn't cry though. But yeah, some of the characters in those games I really liked. I really admire their plights. I think, you know, as corny as some of the games might be, I think they're really well written. I enjoy them. I like that kind of writing. Yeah, honestly, I recommend Amori. It touches on some pretty dark topics. For sure. So, yeah, just be sure you can handle that. It also has spiders. It specifically deals with arachnophobia as a plot point. But if I can get through that, I think most people can get through that. I really don't like spiders. I can deal with them in a lot of media right now, but it depends. Oh, Fisherman's Guild. Like, the Lethal Company spiders? No. Dark Souls 2 spiders? Hell no. Spiders in content warning, they're fine. I don't really like that game much, honestly, but the spiders in are fine. I don't mind them. Spiders in Path of Exile, really, really, really gross, but fine. I think there's more to it than just how the spiders look, honestly. I think the context of the game, yeah, that's gonna be the dungeon right thereafter. I think the context of the game and like how you interact with the spiders has a big impact on it, actually. Because in Path of Exile, you know, it's a Diablo-like, so you're just kind of killing a lot of things. The spiders feel very weak, you know, and it's not a game with like physics or anything like that. You just cast Firebolt on the spiders, they just go on their backs and they twitch for a second and they die. Yeah, and Lethal Company, like, it's first person for one thing. That is big right there. First person dealing with spiders, massive red flag. That probably makes it an instant no-go for me, honestly. Seeing one of them coming at me, or like noticing one. Go on my Twitter and search up like spider, and you'll see a clip of me reacting to a spider. I actually censored it in the video because I hate those things. Lethal Company, oh my god. But yeah, absolutely nasty. And in Dark Souls, you feel so damn powerless in Dark Souls. So, like, I don't know, I guess that's what it is. And it's the fact that, like, I can control the camera. You know, I think part of what it is, in Path of Exile, like, it's like, not top-down, it's like isometric camera, kind of. Like, you can see the spiders if they're there. In Dark Souls or Lethal Company, like, you move the camera around, and you could suddenly realize, oh fuck, there's a spider on the ceiling, there's a spider behind me. And you're not really prepared. Granted, in Path of Exile, they like kind of surprise you by like crawling up the side of like platforms and like the ruins and stuff. It's okay, I already know how it works. You can also yep, you can use like NPCs and stuff for these as well. Team of skilled NPCs. If you're really antisocial. I understand. I must do. I don't remember this, by the way. I don't think any of this used to be here before. Is there anything I really care about here? Anything important new? I don't think so. I don't think they really changed anything. They've like made it so NPCs probably work with more dungeons, but I think you could run them through these dungeons to begin with. They just haven't done it for every dungeon because they have to like make the AI and stuff. They have to tell the NPCs like how to do the mechanics, at least somewhat, I think. Otherwise, well, they'll just kill you probably. Yeah, okay. I think sometimes you do need to like give them instructions, but it varies. Very situational. Alright, hold on. I want to go pee first before I get into an actual dungeon queue. I'll be right back. And we'll get into that. 1 second. So back on the gross subject of spiders. There's a story I've told before. Oh, actually, before I get into that, I think the major factor, like, thinking about all the things combined, is if that spider is going to come at my camera and kill me, it's bad. I can't do it, basically. Human Spirit Agency made you cry. I very much look forward to playing it, and once the translation's done, even though I'm kind of terrified to see actual Toho characters die. I guess I've seen Koishi's Heartwarming Adventure. That is not what I meant to queue for. Oh, I think I queued for both. They were both ticked. Damn it. Why does it keep it ticked? I guess I'll do this again. I don't want to leave these people. But yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, I know how it works. Look, it's us. It's me. Yeah, I'll talk about it in a minute after I get through this. Trying to remember what he was even saying. Think about spiders. Oh yeah, right. So there's a story I'm sure I've told in stream at least twice by now. But, you know, there's always different people watching. Back during the first time I played Dark Souls 2. So I knew there were spiders in the game. I was told that going in because I had my wife at the time check. So I was playing online with someone who, like me, had not played through the game before. So we didn't really know where the spiders were. I didn't like ask her to look it up or anything like that. And so every time we entered a new area, if I saw like an environmental spider web or something, I was like, okay, maybe this is where the spiders are. Would you mind like going on ahead and checking? And every time she's like, nope, no spiders here. And eventually we make it to, I forget the name of the actual place where the spiders are, but it's like this, this really innocuous, like, mining colony kind of place. And there's just a door with a spider on it. Like, there's just a big stone door that has a spider drawn on it. It's like, well, fuck me. I think we figured out where the spiders are. I didn't even queue for that. Why did it put me there? Wait, no, it's ticked right there. Oh, it's in the roulette. Oh, okay. Oops, it was ticked. Okay, I'm done. Queue me for Sash Tasha. But yeah. So, like, factually, I knew that's where the spiders were at that point. So I'm like, okay, Lucy, I need you to go in there. Tell me how bad it is. You know, you've known me for a year or two now. Will this trigger my arachnophobia? Can I deal with what's in there? She goes in there, and she says, nope, you don't want to go in there. Stay away from there. Get away from there, Hakanai. And she starts running back outside with two giant Dark Souls 2 spiders in tow. And I immediately avert my eyes and jump off the conveniently placed cliff and just die. And yeah, that's the story. The good thing about Dark Souls 2, and I have to wonder if they did this because there are people who are deathly arachnophobic, because the other games don't do this. There is a major story boss in the spider area at the end. The regular progression through Dark Souls 2 is go beat up the main 4 story bosses, then you unlock like the way to like go on and do the rest of the game, basically. But alternatively, if you grind up enough souls, like you get like your soul, which is like your how many souls you've accumulated forever, even like through deaths and stuff. If you get that, I think up to 1 million, you don't have to fight the bosses. They're just like, hey, you can get through like the barrier or the lock or whatever it is now, I forget. And yeah, it's the only game out of like the 3 Dark Souls games in Elden Ring to have spiders. I think Bloodborne and Demon Souls might. I haven't played those. I don't know. I'm just talking about what I have played. But out of the ones I've played, it's the only one that offers that feature. So I feel like it has to be on purpose. So I still got to play the game. You know, I still got to see the rest of Dark Souls 2. Lucky me. I much prefer 3, and I much prefer 1, and I much prefer Elden Ring. I did like some parts of Dark Souls 2, but funny enough, I like the parts that nobody else liked. I like the gutter. To me. I thought it was fun. I thought the gutter was fun. I felt like I discovered a cool secret area by going down the well. Little did I know you have to go down there because there's one of the 4 major story bosses down there, but still. Gutter cool. Area that came after the gutter. That place sucked. That place was shit. One of the worst areas in the game. Stupid poison spitting statues everywhere. No fun. No fun at all. I'm probably never going to replay Dark Souls 2. There's just too many things in the game like, why am I doing this? Like, I don't really remember having much fun in the boss fights in particular. Dark Souls 3 I've replayed a couple times now with like different friend groups and stuff, and I've had a good time. Dark Souls 3 is good. Holds up well. Elden Ring holds up especially well, except the endgame is still kind of CBT. I look forward to the DLC though. I hope it's good. I don't want to be disappointed. I'm gonna call, by the way, if this takes 6 minutes or more, I will switch to a different data center and do it there. Because, again, I'm on Merilith. So someone log into Merilith and queue up for Tasha, and you'll probably join my queue, unironically. I'm probably the only person in Merilith queuing up for this. Which is funny, because, like, if there's people doing the daily duty roulette thing, like, they're gonna be assigned stuff like Tasha. Like, you don't just do Tasha once and never go back there. If you do the duty roulette, which, like, essentially queues you up for, like, a random thing, like, in a category. I don't have dungeon category yet, but it'll just queue you up for, like, a random dungeon to, like, help fill up people's parties. You get, like, bonus rewards for it, like this here. If you do that, you're gonna have to replay dungeons like Tasha quite a lot, so you'll get very used to them. You know how to speed through them as best as you really can. All these here are NPCs, by the way. I always do have the option of just running through with NPCs too, but where's the fun in that, right? Oh, it's no fun at all. That sucks. Well, let me refill my water real quick. Back in just 10 seconds. What's Dylan been up to lately? I see he's playing the new Aqua style thing. Foresight or whatever it was, the new Fushigi no Gensokyo. You know, the one with the really weird translation where the story text is good, but the rest of the text is machine translated. Haha, funny. I don't know how that even happens. I was like the Agile Game Boy. From the like limited bit I played of Aqua Styles games, they're fun. They're kind of addictive, I guess, to be fair. A bit more so than other dungeon crawlers of that genre. Like, well, no, actually, Mystery Dungeon's pretty damn addictive too, to be fair. It's got a lot of like feedback loop stuff in there, a lot of numbers that can go up. But I haven't played any other recent ones. I played the one for Switch, the one that had Futo. It was fun. I like that one. It's good. I played it in Japanese though. I don't even know if that has in English. I don't really keep track, honestly. Someone recently in my server was asking me, hey, do you ever play on reaching out to Phoenix? Phoenix is like a big doujin game publisher. They publish stuff like well, I assume they publish the Aqua style games, most likely. Otherwise, why would they have asked, right? So they're essentially asking like, hey, do you want to ever translate for like Aqua style or something like that? You know, the big boys and girls. And honestly, I don't know. There's a few things that get in the way of that. You know, for one, working with publishers. Publishers listening. Sorry, but publishers kind of suck. Publishers bring about problems. Wait, no, I need to hit data center. I need to not hit start. No. Go back. Yeah, Meroth is the problem. Okay, so here I can switch to like the other data center, the other worlds in my data center, but I need to switch to a different data center temporarily. So from what I understand, Ether is like the most popular one, has like the most hardcore like dungeon running scene. Crystal is the roleplay section, and Primal is just like Ether, like it's basically the same thing, but maybe a bit less people queuing for stuff. I don't know. I think you usually just go to Ether and just pick one of these ones. I don't know if it matters. It just says similar to Mineko that way, yada yada. Cool. Good. I do look forward to it then. Oh right, hold on. How do I? No, wait, no, hold on. I know you can like do like a data center visit. How do you actually do that? Hold on. Because no, wait, literally, I read this on Reddit. Hold on, wait. Final Fantasy 15 Switch Data Center Master Queue. Let's see. Oh, right-click character and pick visit another data center. Oh, hold on. Oh, you right-click your character? That's so weird. Okay, hold on. Wait. I guess I'm doing this wrong. Give me a second then. I haven't done this in a long time. I haven't played the game in 3 years, so right-click, I guess, here? Oh. I'm just supposed to know I can right-click this? Is it here? Is it really... Is that the only way to find it? I just have to right-click it? That's weird. Okay. Visit another data center. Yep, I don't need to do any Link Shell for company stuff. Link Shell is like group chat, I think. Something. Never used it. Okay. Select Ether. So does this button mean they're full? What? It doesn't say. I could go to Primal. Oh no, it's just like it's like a travel button. It's like, hey, you're in travel there. Okay, whatever. Let's go to Garugamesh. Sure. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Trust me, even if this takes like a minute or two. Yep, hopefully. Okay, good. Estimated one, less than one. Trust me, this should definitely be faster than waiting in a 2-hour queue just to run Sasha for like the one mandatory story time. It'll be fine. There's gonna be a lot of this. There we go. You know, Garugamesh is actually in this game. You can fight Garugamesh. Oh, I see. Okay, it's fine. It's whatever. I don't know why it says that. All right. Traveled from. Okay, good. All right. I'm not doing anything wrong. The message just threw me off. I thought it was like blocking me from logging in or something, but that's not the case. I think I've only done this a couple times in the past. I think last time I wanted to play on like a different data center. I think I actually bought a transfer because you can do that. You can like pay, I think like $10 or $20 to like permanently move your character to a different data center. Because I'm not sure if you could do this visit thing back then. It's 3 years ago. I'm not really sure, honestly. No clue. But speaking of, oh my god, see, when I said Limsa was bustling before, when I said Limsa was like the town where people are at, here's what I meant, by the way. Here's what I meant when I said Limsa was busy. This is a far cry from what we saw in Marilith. You see, there's no one over there. If I go over to like the shop area, like the here with all the stuff like the trading board, you'll see even more people load in. Oh my god, see? Look at this. Is this a dead MMO? Only if you're playing on the new data center. Then it's dead as heck. So Tasha join. It's gonna pop within like seconds probably. See, it's not that there aren't people running Tasha, it's like the first dungeon. People run it for various reasons and stuff. Definitely. But still. You know, new data center is still a new data center at the end of the day. Sell some old gear just to get it out of my inventory. And they have like so much space in here. Girl. I could already have the best one. You can have my old books. Used book sale, used book sale. What? I thought I had a hat. Weird. Really not anymore. Huh. What can't be sold? What do you mean it can't be sold? Why not? It's just a shitty robe. Eh? Oh, is that just something I have to trash, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, okay, it is. It's just... Okay, sure. Oh, it's because the cowl covers my head. Right, that's why. Some stuff does that. Yep, okay. Sells for 3 gil. Good. I don't think I need the dress shoes again. If you do need, like, a story item like that, you can just go get another copy after all, so it doesn't really matter. Sell off whatever I can then. Here's these pants. I'll put that on, I guess. And that, sure. Piercing resistance. I don't remember piercing resistance being a stat. The heck is that? Piercing resistance. I've never heard that. They've changed the game. I thought they were like trying to remove stats and stuff and like combine them. Last I heard. Yes. Right? I don't think I need this. I doubt I can... I'm not like collecting glamour or anything anyway. Goodbye. I think you can like go get all this stuff again if you ever want it. I think there's like vendors that like, hey, do you want these like things you can't find anywhere else? You can get them here. Don't need that after all. There we go. Yeah, but notice I'm still in queue. I guess I gotta go find something I can do in the meantime then. 2 gil. Let's see. I guess I could like go get leaves unlocked to different places maybe. Let me see here. Unlock them here. That's so I have them on Western, but that's also far. Let me see. Glorlinosha. No, I don't think I have them here. Let's go get them here. May as well. Oh, okay. Just checking Discord. Right, yep, leaves of Morbi. I can go do this then. I think I can even do a leave while like I'm in queue. When the queue pops, it gives you like 30 seconds or a minute or two or something to like respond before it times out on you. It's plenty of time, honestly. Dungan. Okay. This just opens up like different level leaves at a different map, essentially. That's all. So some of these get a bit more complicated than the others. This is not difficult by any means, but it's kind of annoying, so I usually skip it and do like the more straightforward ones if I'm grinding leaves for whatever reason. You'll see what I mean. Oh, never mind. We'll do that after, I guess. 45 seconds. But yes, I seem to count as DPS for now. Just don't expect me to actually do DPS, because I'm not. I'm gonna do like absolutely jack shit damage. Oh, I guess I could use the emerald guy now too. I don't really know. I don't think it's like that any of them are necessarily better. It's just like you're supposed to use all three because they give you stacks that you can use for your other stuff, basically. So it's just good to like use the cooldowns essentially. Why is that there? Get out of the way. Damn it. Okay. You can go up there with useless stuff I don't really care about. I mean, hey, if it's more beginners, maybe. It's probably gonna be like level 80 people who got like leveled down to do their thing. They're probably just rouletting. Where are those dodos going? Oh, I think a fate ended maybe. Alright, so I guess we'll do this. Why are all these jackals in the way? Quests. Sketch, initiate. Okay. So let's see. Defeat lightning sprites to get their cores to use on the crabs to see which crabs are actually like demons or whatever. Unironically. Is Carbuncle out? Carbuncle? Oh no, of course he's not out. I had to log him back in. Carbuncle gone. So you need to like go into here. You have like a special. I think it's here. Key items, right? Or is it somewhere else? I don't actually remember where it shows up. I don't think I got any. I mean, you can also just attack the crabs normally and like. Okay, so I guess they're crabs disguised as crabs. Please tell me what the purpose is. Sure. You could just do it like this instead of using the cores. Hold on, I have to... Hold on, I have 30 seconds to kill... 30 seconds to kill another crab. Stressful Final Fantasy... Is this 7 battle music? 8 battle music playing? Come on, come on, come on. Crab. Okay, good. Alright, it's the one I want. Kill you when I'm good to go, and I can just go redeem it later. Here's multitasking at its finest. Alright, there we go. Okay. Just make sure that pops. No, don't do that right now. I need to go to Sashtasha. No. Sashtasha. Yes, okay. Don't delete the UI for a second there. It's like an extra 3 seconds that I have to take at the end to like bring back up and stuff. Everyone will get mad if I watch this cutscene. It will say above my head, watching cutscene. Oh, look, see? Like, you always know exactly who you're waiting on. I'm not poking fun at them or anything. It's a funny system. I don't think people really bully people for like watching the cutscene. Maybe if there's like some guy is really impatient, but frankly, if you get someone like that, they should just be kicked. If you're like, oh my god, man, hurry it up, and like you're not joking, just leave. You aren't wanted here. They could be like a first-time player, or I don't know, maybe they just really like the Home Depot music that plays for the Funny Minds dungeon later. Maybe they like the Home Depot theme. Maybe they do. Some of the dungeons have good music. I'm gonna say like only a couple really stand out in my mind, like Home Depot and the library pretty much are the only ones I really remember. But whatever. We don't actually care about that bloody memo, by the way. See, the weird thing is with this game, like, you're always gonna have at least one person here who knows what they're doing. So you'll skip like the hints in the dungeon and stuff. There's a part later on where you have to like pick the right coral. And, like if you pick the wrong one, it summons monsters. And if you pick the right one, it like opens the switch to the next part. And I think it might be random. I forget. I want to say it's random. You're like supposed to read the note, but nobody reads the note. They just go touch all the corals till they get the right one to fight the monsters anyway. I don't think I've ever seen someone like go over there. I think I did it my first time, and like everyone was like 30 seconds ahead of me killing jellyfish. I was like, where did everyone go? Are we supposed to go read this? You know? I wanted like the pure experience, I guess. It's a little bit sad, but I guess I get it, you know? these very much become like less like story dungeons with dialogue and stuff, and more like, here goes the tank aggroing like 10 squads of things. Just get up there, kill them all at once with your AoE. I don't have AoE yet. And then fight the first boss. We must activate the cool trigger. Mega Man trigger. Kill clam. So yeah, dungeons in Final Fantasy XIV are split into like sections. You can like see the little objectives over here on the right. Sometimes I think there's optional ones you can do too, but I don't think that's really a thing here too. It's just like up ahead we fight a boss. There's gonna be like usually 3 bosses per dungeon. I guess you could maybe say like too many bosses in a boss, whatever you really want to call them. And you just gotta do everything on the way. It's really no different than like a WoW dungeon. I played World of Warcraft before. Not like extensively, not like to the end game, but I played for a while. Kind of disappointed me there, just the same way. Okay, I can heal you even though it's not my job, I guess. If you don't die, tank. Sure. Someone has to, I guess. Here, you're gonna have my 1 minute cooldown shield even. Me to the rescue. Hee hee hee. I'm doing 2 jobs at once. I'm underpaid. But yeah, just like it annoys me how you can't trade triple grad cards in Final Fantasy XIV. It's like a monster catching thing in WoW, right? Or like catching pets or whatever and battling with them. You can't trade them. Which is kind of disappointing. That's the kind of thing I'd love to like, I don't know, trade to players. Like, go put them on the market or something. I think that kind of thing is really cool. But most MMOs don't let you do it. I guess they're afraid of people botting it. It's just a shame that like MMOs as a genre like have to limit themselves so much because of like players doing things like that. It's a real shame. They kind of like don't reach their full potential as a result, you know? They have to like purposely get gimped in a lot of places. And like they have to like artificially lengthen stuff and make it grindy because they gotta retain subscriptions. It sucks because, you know, underneath all that, there could be a pretty good game. That could potentially be a really good game. Sometimes people don't even open these. Let's see. I will agree. It would be a nice upgrade, but for all I know, maybe these people are also new players. They're level linked down just like I am. You can tell because of the little icon there, like the little weird yin-yang lock thingy. But maybe they're like the same level as me in lockdown. I ain't checking the profile to find out. I don't really care. But yeah, you can roll need greeter pass. But I don't care so much that I'm gonna roll need. I don't need to prioritize the greeters. Not like any of this stuff is worth anything anyway, of course. Absolutely nothing. Typically gear isn't really worth that much in this game besides like much later stuff, I think. Or like really specific things for some reason. It's weird. It's very hit or miss. You don't really know how much something's going to be worth until like you look it up. It's like maybe second best gear in like a category will be worth like nothing, but then like the best one, because it gives you like another 2% damage, will be worth like 1,000,000 gil or something funny. Because, you know, there are people out there that really want to min-max. It's Choppa. It's him from One Piece. So I can't use the emerald here because I get level synced down to 18. That's how that works. So tragically, if you're like in a lower level dungeon, it means parts of your kit will be locked off. Just period. You cannot use them unless you get rid of the level sync. And I wish those people would at least roll. Because like until they roll, that's just gonna stay there. It's gonna like take a while to tick down basically. A lot of the time, like, people will just leave and not even bother rolling on the stuff at the end of the dungeon. Okay. We're just waiting on someone who, got a little lost, I guess. I wonder if they're a group. Oh, these two are they of the same name? Bingu feeling us and Estrella feeling us. Okay. So that's why Bingu knew to wait up. They're a duo. Okay. That explains it, because I didn't even notice they weren't with us, honestly. But considering Bingu almost got themselves killed earlier, I think it's really good that we wait up. Make sure that we have everyone with us. I wonder if I can position this so like the tank is up at the top, because I'd rather have like the proper order that people are used to seeing instead of like just putting me up at the top. I feel like that's how it was before, but maybe not. I don't know. It's probably switchable somewhere in the menu. There's a fair bit of UI customization that you can do in this game, thankfully. You know, I just tried to like click dance on my hotbar because I used to have it on my hotbar. I don't have it anymore. I had like a specific... I had the annoying ass cactar dance. Doesn't make sound or anything. Nope, cats have bombed the stream. You're just late. Avery was here earlier a couple times. Messing with things. But they've been a little bit more subdued today. Ooh. Someone look up Rambade. Here's yet another Final Fantasy 14 word that only exists in Final Fantasy. And then the devs went and put them like on dictionary.com after the fact, you see? These words didn't exist until they were made up here. I'm confident. Nobody in the history of humanity has ever said... I've already forgotten what it was. Rambade. Maybe it's like Rampart? I don't really know. Look. Treasure. What that's just booty. Ooh, look, even better pants. I'm gonna roll neat on those. It's a skirt, but I'm okay with that. No one's gonna care if I steal the pants from them, honestly. If I were playing Blue Mage, I'd already be done. Alone. But I'd also probably be not level synced. So, obviously, anyone not level synced could just run through here. I think there are a lot of dungeons that you can level sync as Blue Mage and still run through solo, though. I remember doing it, I want to say. I should have seen if I could pick the Blue Mage when I was older, but no, I probably couldn't. I think I need to, like, do my, job quest thingy and, like, spec into Scholar / Summoner first before it lets me get any others. So I'll wait. Maybe once I've done that, which should be today, because I'm gonna be level 30 for that. It might not let me do it until I get a bit further in the story quest, but that I'm not sure of. We'll see. Oh, that's instant cast with, like, less GCD. Cool. Nice. Let me go over here to, like, get a key from one of these guys or something. I want to say that's right. I don't really like Arcanist much because, like, you gotta use this and then just sit there and wait for 15 seconds doing your other stuff. Then you can actually start playing the game once Carbuncle decides to wake up. I hope it's gonna be a bit better as Scholar. I've never done Scholar after all. If I don't like it, maybe I'll go get a different class or two. We'll see. But of course, Scholar doesn't really care about DPS, right? It's like an actual healer at that point, so I don't think it's really gonna matter that much. I know Scholar gets like a fairy, but I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about like optimizing my fairy DPS. Maybe my fairy HPS healing per second. But even then, like, usually as healer, it's not about like your efficiency. It's about making sure you don't run out of mana when casting like expensive stuff. And making sure to like have your important skills like ready, like use them when they're necessary. You know, you get like stuff that like pulls the tank out of the fight if they're about to die, which you can use to troll your friends. It's very funny. And you get like revives, and you get like Asuna, which I don't think you actually need that often, but when you need it, it's really, really helpful, like just to clear status ailments and stuff. Healer's nice though, because not having to really like move all that much and just mostly having to look up here at your like party members' HP gauges means you're typically good to like focus on the dungeon mechanics and kind of like observe and learn stuff. DPS is also not really that bad on that front, but you might aggro stuff a bit more by accident if you're not careful. and sometimes you might have the position to like do damage from behind or something. Things like that. Like you can be channeling your like long black mage skills. It's a little bit harder. Tank is definitely the hardest. If you're like just trying to like learn a dungeon, in general, I think tank is just the hardest because you need to know like how many enemies you can you can pull. If you die in a fight, it's really bad if they can't get you up right away. But if like someone else dies in the fight, it might be okay. Granted, if the healer dies and it's the only healer, that's not okay. But still, like, if the boss kills you and suddenly they start wailing on the rest of your team, they'll die a lot faster than you would have. So it can be absolutely disastrous. But tank needs to like get up in the boss's face, where there might be like less time to react to this stuff. Sometimes you'll just have to eat attacks, and you gotta know which attacks you have to eat. And generally, because you're like up in the boss's face, you get like the worst view of the arena as a whole as well. So it's a bit harder to just first time. Essentially, I think you should probably play through a dungeon as the other classes a couple times and make sure you understand everything before playing through it as tank. Unless you don't mind making mistakes, which is fine. Again, I'm still of the mind that queuing for stuff like is weird in the first place because I feel like, I don't know if it's really there, but I have like in my mind that there's like an expectation from the other players that like you know what you're doing. So, like I always felt a lot of stress when I played tank, like oh shit, someone's gonna realize like I haven't done this dungeon before, like I'm not very familiar with it, and like I'm gonna fuck up and they're gonna get impatient with me or something. Didn't really happen. I don't think it's... I don't remember many times where I had to deal with actual like assholes in this game. Generally people were good. But that pressure's still there for me. I feel like as tank, you're kind of like the party leader. Like you choose when to engage, how much stuff to engage. So it does command a bit of knowledge, which I think is perfectly fine. You guys like it when I look up at the hotbars and it looks kind of like I'm looking up at you? It's just where the camera happens to be. Shikatanai, as they say. There's this one funny dungeon near the end of the main story, though. I forget what the name of it is, but I'll instantly remember. I'll definitely recognize it immediately once I unlock it. Because it's kind of notorious for, like... if you're a tank and, like, you haven't ran it before and don't know, like, about the enemy aggro stuff in that dungeon, you absolutely will die. It's really, really easy to aggro, like, 3 times the monsters you want to. And it's one of the few dungeons where you, like, really... if you're not, like, cautious as a tank, you probably just want, like, the DPS to aggro, like, individual stuff for you, then you want to, like, taunt it as the tank to take aggro away. Because there's just so many enemies. It's like a big swamp place. It also has, like, actually kind of really tricky mini-bosses and boss fights. And I think they've actually, like, nerfed the dungeon to make it a bit easier with years, I want to say. But it's still probably, like, the hardest main story dungeon. Do not slurp my souls, please. Remember when I played this in Japanese? I think I learned a new kanji from this guy's name. It was his fish. It might have been orca. It's a shake, I think. I want to say orca shake. I think that's where I learned the kanji for shake. Yeah, you gotta go like interact with these things. Otherwise it summons like stuff. You don't really have to do it. This is a very early game kind of dungeon, so like it's not that critically punishing. But I will be a good boy. But you see, they've already almost killed the boss. Again, this is literally the first dungeon in the game, so like it doesn't matter. Look, oh no, Sahagins. Or Bleens, excuse me. Bleens! Now we're good. I'm gonna go look it up. Shake. It kind of just sounds like I'm saying sake with like funny Kirby's Avalanche voice. It says shake is salmon. It must be something else. Let's see, orca. Oh, it's not shake, it's shachi. Shachi, yep. That's the one. Sure, I will give it to the healer because you queued up as healer, I guess. I don't need either of these. They're all yours. Goodbye. I don't think you can equip these until you actually leave the dungeon. I think you gotta finish. I think you gotta go first before the stuff gets like unlocked to use. Here, look. This is Orca. Shachi. Isn't that cool? Also says it's an auspicious mythical carp with the head of a lion and the body of a fish. I think that's a different thing though. The heck is a grampus? Is it orca, killer whale, or grampus? What is a grampus? It's a type of dolphin. Rhesus dolphin is a dolphin, the only species of the genus Grampus. It's just a dolphin, but he's got kind of a funny shaped head. Okay. Well, there you go. It's a funny shaped dolphin. It's not even really that funny shaped looking. It's pretty much just a dolphin. Honestly. He's nice. I like him. Alright, let's see. Right, I can go ahead and leave thing. There's no downside to me just staying on this data center for right now. But I still plan on setting up the free company on like the other one once I do it. Obviously I'm not gonna like buy a data center switch now. I don't care. And of course there's also benefits to like, apparently I still get this even though I'm visiting this data center, which is nice. I don't think there's any limitations on like how often or like how long you can visit for. As long as there's room, they don't care. It's kind of a weird system, but I guess it works. I don't really have any big issues with it, so But apparently, with the new expansion that's coming out, they're working on making it so you can visit other regions' data centers, which is a big deal. Because you could like go visit the Japanese one or like the European one or whatnot, which is really cool. Previously, the friend that I played this game with lives over in the UK, so we had to play in the US where things were kind of laggy for him. It might have been cool if like we could have gone to the UK data center to make things better for him every once in a while and like even it out, you know. But we didn't get that option. Unless we paid money. Money. Alright, let's go back to Limbs. Actually, I can save money. Yes. Do it. Oh yeah, that was the first dungeon. Honestly, pretty lame. I think the second one is a mine. Is this? It's up there. Okay. The drowning wench. Look, twins. Actually, you know, let's look around at people. Let's admire people. Let's see. I always see people like standing around in these squares with like their fancy outfits and their cash shop stuff and whatnot. Oh, he's got the Juvanyon. See? People showing off their stuff here. Let's see what else we got. We got shirtless cat boy. Yep. Let's see. What else we got? This stupid. I'm gonna move this UI stuff, I swear. Hold on. Put a layout. Move this out of my way, please. Put it like, I guess down here is fine. What the heck is the cross hopper? Anyway, I don't know what this is. I'll just say go away. It's fine. Whatever, I guess. It's okay. Alright, sure. No, just leave. Go, it's fine. Okay, there. Now I can actually see my screen. What else have we got here? We got any Toho people here? We got people petting each other. Come on, guys. We're out in Crystal. We have people doing the funny sit-up emotes. Sorry, not sit-up, squats. It's why I'm not good at exercise, see? He just stands there all day doing that. Oh, he's part of the Goon Guild. Of course there's a Goon Guild. Of course there's a Moms Guild. You got like a shortened term for your guild name. People love that kind of thing after all. I don't see any Tohos around at a glance. I guess all the Tohos are on my server. Alright, every Toho fan's antisocial, so they go to the server with less people. Oh hey, I like that like black mage outfit kind of thing. That's really cool. It's like got like the black mage eyes. Sick. That looks pretty nice, actually. Why does that guy have HP? Alright. Enough people watching for now. Let's go upstairs. Yeah. Yeah, this is close. We can get App Castle's good. I do some more music I'll be adding in coming days. Hey, look, more squads. Tanabata is a good range circle that lets you put you can use the music for streams and videos and whatnot, as it turns out. I need to see how much music they actually offer for free, if they have like a YouTube or anything though, or SoundCloud or whatever, because if they don't have anything, then you can't really use it. And something like chiptune site kind of thing. Now I don't know, I don't want to like fill up my playlist with chiptune stuff, but I wouldn't mind a bit here and there. I don't dislike chiptunes. Chip makes some pretty good tunes, you know. I don't dislike chiptune, but it's obviously like got a very distinct feel, so I don't want to like have it overtake the rest of my playlists. Let's see. All the way back to Britannia? Oh shit, I didn't attune to the crystal when I was there. Why did I do this? Why did I not attune to the crystal? I have to ride the airship. How embarrassing. I can't believe it. I guess once I'm level 30, I'll go do my quests. Britannia. I can go to the Gold Saucer already? I thought I needed like a thing to go there. I'm not gonna do that right now. I'll like march on there. It's like a private trip. Just him on this airship, and that's only 120 gil. That is a steal. Absolute steal. Very nice. Let me, before I even do that, go touch the crystal, please. Like the dumbass I am, I forgot to do it before. I remember walking out here before. It's probably not a thing anymore, but I remember seeing like a bunch of bots or like hackers like out of bounds like down there. You're not supposed to go down there. You can't get down there. But I remember seeing like a bunch of accounts down there, then they like teleported away one by one. But I think it was like someone multi-boxing and like using cheat engine to like teleport themselves around, which I guess you can do. I guess the server lets you. I'm sure it flags you for doing it, but still. Yeah, so I don't mean down there. I mean like down here, I believe. Somewhere down there. Never seen it happen again though. Not like I obsessively come check or anything like that. It was through there, right? Or was it like through a different... No, it was through there, yeah. That's the right place. Look, it stands. Alright, I guess I'll accept this real quick too. Fine. Then I'll go touch the crystal. Love seeing the XP numbers pop up. Fire in the gloom. There's the dance I was talking about. There's the goofy dance. Right, it's not the cactor dance. I think it's the Manderville one. Alright. Sorry. I'm just not used to actually having people around, so I'm still looking for like Toho characters. It's kind of nice having like less distractions around. I don't like the quiet server, honestly. I do like it. I think I will go back after I've like done one more thing I have to queue for probably. But I guess I don't know like how quickly they're gonna have me queue up for something else at the same time. In fact, actually, they're just about to have me queue for something else, so I'm not going anywhere yet. Like literally, Tom Tower Deep Cropped is the next dungeon, so not yet. By the way, hold on a second here. I'm gonna educate you on something. This is something that personally means a lot to me. Listen, you hear that like sound, like in your left ear, right there? It's a type of frog called a peeper. We actually have them around here where I live. You can hear them at night. If you go out in the right places. Very, very calming sound. I love peepers. It's like a special childhood sound to me. Because you can hear them up at my parents' place, like across the road. Not so much where I am now, unfortunately. But the peepers are still around. Peepers are the best frogs. I've never actually seen a peeper. I guess they kind of keep it to themselves. As a kid, though, I would go out back, like, to the pond. Wait, I'm in the right place, right? Tell me I'm in the right place. Okay, I am good. My parents have, like, a pond out back where they kept the goats and stuff. You know, it's got, like, some fish in it. It's got, sometimes turtles, actually. You occasionally see turtles out there. You know, I don't really know, like, how the fish managed to, like, be there, because the pond isn't really, like, connected to anything. I guess they just kind of, like, live there and keep breeding and hatching and doing their thing. I don't think there's all that many. But I think there's some bass out there? Or maybe not. Maybe I was just under the wrong impression as a kid. But I used to catch, like, frogs and especially salamanders as a kid. Like, specifically, just, like, the little generic orange ones. I don't know what they're called. But around here, we just call them salamanders. I love those little things. They're pretty easy to spot in the water because they're, you know, bright orange. But it's still an acquired skill. Ah, the days of my childhood. Gotta go out to the pond again sometime, but I think the grass is really high out there. I don't think they bother mowing it anymore. I don't know which point. They only have one goat left. They're just waiting for it to die off at this point. I mean, they're still taking care of her and feeding her, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, they don't plan on breeding any more goats or anything. No, do not talk to this random person that's going to unlock the housing thing for me. I don't care. I don't care. That's not why I'm here. Stop it. Stop talking about goats and salamanders and turtles and bass and getting distracted. How can I? It's a yap session for a reason. I never really use the term. I know it's been a thing recently. People say yapping a lot. All those kids on their Twitter talk about yapping and their Yakuza games. And apparently I yap on stream. Which I think is impressive. I think it's a skill to be able to yap on and on this much with no one to talk to. I think it's good, you know? You know, people always say, like, if you join a stream, you know, you want the streamer to be talking, not just, like, staring at the screen the whole time, like, intently. Not acknowledging chat or anything like that. You know, assuming they've got a chat. It is inside here. Don't mind me, just running and ignoring the enemies. Once I've talked to the NPC in here that unlocks it anyway, I can just leave and just go to the duty finder. Like, you can talk to this person here to enter the duty finder and queue up for it, but you don't have to. I am indeed Hawkeye Space Blue. Also known as Hawkeye Blue, I prefer that. Okay. Yeah, like you can queue up here too. I guess if you want to do it with NPCs, I think you need to do it here then. But I'm gonna queue up for people. Maybe 6 other parties. That's not necessarily for Deepcroft there, that's like just dungeons in general. Or I guess just parties in general. So those are like groups you could go like check that are like at the start of a duty or like in the middle of it or something that want to like recruit more people because they lost someone. Because, I don't know, their tank was a jerk and they kicked them or something. The peepers are out here too. So theoretically there should be like a swamp or something nearby. Yet, no matter where I turn, I always hear the peepers in my left ear. Not in my right. It's not just because I'm deaf. Okay, now I can hear them in the right too, but it's just stronger in the left. I don't think that's me. I think it's the game. I think it's the game. I don't think it's my ears being unbalanced. You know. Well, I guess while I'm here, I can go unlock any, like, things in the area for later. Like, all the blue quests. I think it's more of a blue than purple. I always call them blue quests. Yeah. It's kind of bluish. A little bit. I don't think I'm getting through there, actually. Let's go around. I swore I saw, like... No, it was nothing. I thought it was a spider or something. But, like, I have my, my camera, like, up on this, like, pencil case kind of thing. Like a circular, cylindrical tube thing. And on top of the tube is, like, an empty vitamin bottle. Like, you know, like one of those big one-a-day ones, like this tall. And then I have a Velcro strip on top of that the mic is on. So I have like, sorry, not mic, camera. I have like a terrible like makeshift camera stand. You could maybe call it a stand if you really tried. I'm just gonna walk there. Okay. And there's like a stripe on the edge here that I thought was something, but it's just a stripe. Ah. Alright. Let's go ahead and just do this then. It's just like the other one. You literally just go walk and talk, basically. The main story quests have a lot of walk and talk as well. There's going to be a place called the Waking Sands later on, and you don't know how many times we're going to get a quest that says, visit the Waking Sands. It's like kind of your home base for a while. This away, then. I kind of wish I could work on more labyrinths today. I get ahead of my schedule, but... Once I'm done, I need to go do those, like, report translations. I gotta go finish those errands. I'll match my search conditions. Bored and won't talk about literally anything. These are like social parties, though. I don't know why it's telling me that. New Horizons bathhouse is open. Intimate lesbian jazz bar. Night City. Blackjack tournament. Is that something you can do? You gonna host like card tournaments and stuff? Was there blackjack in this game? I guess so. Is Gamba short for gambling? Mind you, like a lot of these are just like advertising like stuff. Like you don't need to like join the parties and whatnot. It's just saying like how you get there. Some of these are like website ads for stuff as well. So you're not really supposed to actually just join the party. It's basically just want ads. Well, not really want ads. Post-raid drinking. Whispering Pines. I didn't know there were like so many not safe for work groups on Ether. I thought that was just a still relegated thing. But I guess I shouldn't assume that just because it's the RP focused server. Not by like Square Enix's designation. It's just kind of what people started using it for. You know, the community sets them apart in that sense a little bit. Of course, there's still people that play the game on there. Obviously, that's still the main focus, you know. You can't really RP if you can't go to like the different areas. You get like the different outfits and emotes and stuff, and you can't really do that without playing the game. So, still gotta play the game. I think I just go on out here then. Ward 4. Let's see how much property is going for. Just for the fun of it. I think I can check back in that menu I was in. Assuming there is any property. Sometimes it's all sold. That's kind of the thing there. Oh, got saucer music. Yeah, don't worry, I don't want any. I'm leaving. I think that guy maybe said I can't even buy him anyway. It's fine. I don't want to. Yeah, so let's see here. Let's see if there's any open plots. It's like 60 plots per ward, and there's 30 wards, so that's quite a few. But I think a lot of the time these are just full. So you can see either the owner or the price here, and you can see, you know, a lot of them are just already owned. I haven't seen any so far that aren't. And I assume like, oh, here we go. 3 million gil. Honestly, not as much as I thought it'd be. You gotta keep in mind, once I hit, what, level 80? No, level 30, I think, actually. The game's gonna give me 1,000,000 gil for playing in, like, the dead server. I assume you can only get that once per account, and I can just make another character and play for 5 hours to get that. Surely not. Let's see. No, party. I can't switch to the fucking party. I forgot how to do it. Add new tab. Damn it. Alright, fine game. I'll do it later. Forgot how to go to party chat. Yeah, usually people like give the little hello wave. It was common in the Japanese servers too. I'd say they had like something like that they did there. Generally, you wouldn't even really see people talking in dungeons, like regardless of where you are in the world. Japanese servers tend to be like even quieter, of course. I don't recall actually like really seeing any actual conversations in the dungeons there. People usually just say, good job, see ya, once they finish Otsukare, or just Ots for shorts. Sometimes they'll open with Yoroshiku. Which I guess maybe that's more than American servers actually, because they like go to the way to like do their polite greetings and goodbyes. But yeah, that's true. I miss it. Obviously, it's a little bit laggy playing in the Japanese servers, but it wasn't a bad experience. I think it's the only way you can like play the game in Japanese, besides the audio, which you can switch over quite easily in the menu somewhere, I believe. Which I'll have to do later. I just keep forgetting. So I don't know why they limit it. A lot of games do that. I don't really know why. I think if you want to play League of Legends in Japanese at all, like Japanese voices or like Japanese client or anything, you need to either like download something to like edit your client, or you need to like play in the Japanese servers, which I've done for League as well before, because everyone wants to hear the funny like Wukong Goku voice after all, right? Just once. It's cool. But yeah, right? I think they've said a couple times over the years like, hey, we're gonna make it so you can do this, and you still can't do it. They still don't let you do it. I don't know why. It's probably stupid like licensing stuff. But you know, that's why I hate like corporations, publishers and shit. It's all stupid. Just, I don't know, fucking get licensing that lets you do whatever you want with it. Why just like full rights instead of like, oh, you can use this voice acting for 6 years, but only in this country. Just shell out the money, or like whatever, or like work with people who will be reasonable and let other people around the world see your stuff and hear your stuff. I'm sure it's not that easy, and I know I'm definitely oversimplifying the thing, but it just pisses me off that like, because of like corporate stuff up there, you know, like the consumers, the players often have to miss out on things. It's like, oh hey, sorry, we had to replace this song in our game with like a worse song that like doesn't have vocals anymore because we don't have the rights to publish it in America. Sorry, our bad. Get the goddamn rights. You could go do that, or maybe do it right the first time. I'm sure I said very entitled, and I'm sure I am, but it's still just gonna be something that irks me. I don't have a good solution to it, really. I don't know enough, honestly. As with many things, I will admit, I am ignorant enough about the conversation topic to not really have an educated stance on it. I just know that I don't like it. Like I'm saying, it's okay for streamers to say things that are wrong or not fully educated. I'm just putting my opinion out there, you know? Anyone can correct. Maybe I should actually use Carbuncle a little bit. What if people are gonna notice if I don't use Carbuncle? Yeah, I wanna... So that one doesn't... Yeah, good. If I get that one and the hat, I can put them both on. They'll both be upgrades. But I need both because the stupid robe I have right now is like head and body. But that's like separate body and head in 2 pieces. So I kind of need both. Yeah, there really isn't anything fancy to talk about in this dungeon either. I think there's a couple noteworthy things later, but it's still pretty basic. The dungeons get more complex as you keep going through the game, for sure. At the end of the day, like, the big fancy thing is still really the trials, and I guess for some people the raids. A lot of the raids are cool, but a lot of the raids are also split into sections like I was talking about earlier, so I have to play through, like, a bunch of not as cool parts to get to, like, the big cool stuff at the end. I am, of course, a fan of the Alexander raids, for obvious reasons. Banger soundtrack. That's, some of the best music in the game right there. All the vocal tracks in this game are just really cool. Rama, if you count Rama. Leviathan's probably up at the top, just about. Shiva's good too. I don't remember Titan being that incredible, but he's there. I don't think Aether had vocals. That's just me spoiling a bunch of future bosses, don't worry. It's okay, there's way more that I'm not even spoiling right now. But yeah, Alexander has like a really catchy tune, you know? Like a nice motif that gets repeated through a lot of the boss ranges. Very, very cool. Yeah, whatever. I kinda need that too. Yeah, mine literally give me no stats. I'm gonna roll neat on fucking everything here. Nobody will know any the wiser. I think it just gives a number anyway. I forget how it works. Or it might prioritize me if no one else picks it. I don't recall how the loot works exactly. Wait, more stuff? Oh god. Okay, hold on. Well, I'm kind of killing things. It's fine, whatever. I don't need those to knock my class, so someone else take those. Me no care. I'm just checking here. Yeah, I'm not really missing anything. I really just do have to wait. But let's see. No, I still don't have emerald. That's 22, it says at the bottom. So we still have ruby and topaz. Oh, we already opened that. Yeah, a lot of times like just out of the way that you can go get optionally. A lot of the time people don't bother because it's going to be kind of like trash. But I personally kind of like going out of my way for them. Later on, if you learn like the right crafting jobs, you can like deconstruct gear and stuff and get stuff from it and like get deconstructing XP as well. It's got some worthwhile benefits, so you could like break some of this stuff down and get something out of it. And even if it's nothing really incredible a lot of the time, it feels nice, you know? Again, it's numbers going up, and I do like numbers going up quite a lot. Oh, I can cast this while I move, nice. It's nice that I have something speedy like that. Hey, I got the hat. I will double check and make sure that I can't put that on. I don't think I remember to put on my other stuff. Oh no, I can. Oh. Well, maybe if I weren't in combat I could. But I am sadly in combat right now. I remember using up both my carbuncles. Maybe they expired because I wasn't paying attention. That's honestly probably the case. So either full gauge comes from... Hell if I know. Okay, oh, nice. Oh no, that's just a dungeon thing actually. Oh, it's fine. I'll get the shirt maybe as well, and if I get it, I'll put it on. We'll see. Yeah, I rolled 77 for it. I'll probably get the shirt too. I don't think anyone really wants it that bad. You have to get in here, otherwise I'm gonna be stuck outside, by the way. I won't be able to help. Definitely don't do that. Yep, good. Okay, I got the robe. Good upgrade. Right up, right up. Big demon guy, come on. I don't think he does anything too extraordinarily special. I wonder why this... I swear there's... It's like a hard mode version of this dungeon or something like that. I swear I played it once or twice and it was actually challenging. It might have been because I was like trying to run through with the blue mage with a friend of mine, and I wasn't very high level as blue mage, or I was like running it synced for whatever reason. Oh yeah, I think if you want to get stuff as blue mage, I think you have to run dungeon synced. Like, if it's something that you get from the dungeon. I don't think you can get it otherwise. So, there's like specific like blue mage parties that like exist for that in the party finder relatively often. Because a lot of the time you want to have multiple blue mages for that. It depends. Heal imp. Otherwise, boss... I don't know. I'm actually not sure. It was invulnerable for a second though, and I didn't see a debuff. A buff, rather. That's an illithid. What? I think they meant to say that in DMs. I don't know what an illithid is, but I don't know what they're talking about. It's so out of place, I assume it wasn't meant to be said. Okay, I'm not crazy though. The boss hotbar is a bit off-center for some reason. It's weird. Oh, yeah, weird. It doesn't say that he's invulnerable. I thought they were good about like placing buffs like that in the boss, but it doesn't say that he's invincible when the imps are like channeling to him. That's sloppy. Well, it's early game Realm Reborn content, like they say. They haven't updated it yet. Probably never will. I like clarity about that kind of stuff, honestly. Like, if you're gonna put buffs on bosses at all to show, like, their states, I think you should be thorough about it, personally. I don't care if it's, oh, obvious or something like that. I think there's definitely something to be said about being really clear. Sure. Gotta convince someone. I already got some pants, right? Oh, they are better pants. I'll roll in the pants. Oh, no, I already got pants, apparently. Okay. Alright, well, I'll just leave. If I just leave it, abandons the roll and just gives it to whoever's there. Clutters up their armor instead. Hee. Right, there we go. Gloves. Okay, good. We're not quite so worthless anymore. Alright, report to Margarita. Oh, why didn't I do that when I was... Wait, oh, right, okay, that's, go for this one. Back to Britannia, okay. While I'm down here, though, I need to go hand in this one up here. Even though I don't actually care about what it gives me, really, at all. Oh yeah, I was, like, looking at housing earlier. I've never actually, owned houses in this game because it's so damn expensive. I think you have to pay, like, taxes, like, an upkeep on your house to keep it, too, your property. I think the properties do actually have, like, different layouts and stuff as well, so they're not only clones of each other, I don't believe. Oh, that's not a place the camera should really be. Huh. Oh, I guess it's hollow, actually. I guess that's fine, sure. Looks a little bit goofy, admittedly, but I've never actually seen that before. Get back to New Britannia. Hi. Hi on. Here's the cat raid. Good girl. Alright. Yeah, on over here then. I'm almost level 30, so very, very soon I can go do my class quest and, like, grab Scholar, I suppose. Go to Kenji. Alright. I think if you start in this town, this is, like, the person that you'll be talking to for the early game instead of, like, the person in your inn/pub. Hello. Don't just give me the rundown. I still have another quest here. Actually, no, I don't. Apparently, I'm going over to Ola now. Sure. Okay. Well, I can use the airship here, I suppose, and go there from there. Save a bit of moolah. Me? Mama. Migo? Gongaga. Precious cat. I would like the Zero Escape Junpei walk. If you know, you know. Alright, let me actually grab the crystal this time. Oh, right, don't just... I have to speak to someone to open the elevator. Think you can just do that yourself? No way. Also, I'm going to the wrong place. I need to go to the other level. Right? Yes. That's alchemy, which I never really found much of a use for. I don't think there's like potions and stuff, but I think a lot of the stuff you make is just stuff that's like used by other crafting classes. And potions tend to not actually really matter that much in this game. I think they're usually pretty cheap to buy. I guess there's like some buff potions, like damage buffs and like temporary stat buffs that you can sell for okay amounts of money. I guess I do remember doing a little bit of that and making somewhat of a profit. And I do like that part of MMOs a lot. Here's the gold saucer quest. I could get this right now, so I can peek at it later on. Hi, hello. Think you give me like a ticket or something I can use to go over there? Yes, okay, so now use that at the airship and you just have permanent access to the gold saucer. Lifetime ticket apparently. Just hand it to you for free. Okay, right. Grab the crystal first. Dum dum. See, like, this place, you know, it's got some people here too, but it's like indoors. It's got kind of shitty lighting. The Limso one is popular because like people like pass by there. The Gridania one's more popular than this. I always see like people playing music at the Gridania one. I think it's maybe more popular for that, but I'm not sure. I have to check next time I'm over there. If I had a plaza, I would definitely have a wall to protect it. Definitely. There's cat girls in the street up here, huh? I wonder what runs through those people's heads. The people that just like plays the cat girl in the white t-shirt and just sit like with the like I don't know how to describe that pose, but it's very like helpless girl pose in the middle of the streets. I wonder why they do it. I wonder if they're just AFK having dinner. I wonder if like people ever interact with them. I wonder if that's what they want. I'm very, very curious. Skip every cutscene. Painted Mesa. Every race has like their own different weird naming gimmicks in this. Copperbell Mines is also a dungeon. Right, that's the one I was thinking. Was next, but it wasn't next. Now it's next. Oh my god, I can't do this. I guess the reason there's 3 dungeons in a row is because you're doing dungeons in all 3 regions. But I think the order is always the same. You do the pirate one first. Like if you go look at the list, it's gonna be like that, see? Slastasha, then Deep Frost, then Copperbill Mines. So where am I going? Oh, this way. Yeah, I just keep walking. No, I don't. Actually, no, I don't. I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna. I go into the other half of Ul'dah. That's where the blue mage thing is, but that'll be for later. Again, I'm not convinced I could even take it right now anyway. She even has cat girl in her name, wow. Let me come into the bit. This here is... I can't see because of many things in the way. Oh, it's the samurai one. That's for later on. You have to have Stormblood for that, and I think it comes with Stormblood. I think the free trial does. Rather, no, that's not accurate. I think buying the game now comes with Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, but I think everything past that is a separate buy. I want to say that's the case. I'm not 100% sure though. But Samurai I believe is a Stormblood one because Stormblood kind of like takes place in like an Asian region. I guess it's supposedly Japanese inspired, not Chinese, I think. Actually, no, that might not really be true because I think there's stuff based on like the 4 Chinese beasts. I think you fight Suzaku and stuff like that. Yeah, you fight Suzaku, Yako and whatnot. So I guess it's kind of... Why did I walk in here? Oh, to right past the exit. I almost joined the Thaumaturgus Guild. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. But yeah, I guess it's a mixture of both. There's definitely some Japanese stuff in there too, because there's like, you know, kimonos, samurais, and like, I don't remember if there were any ninja. Also, I said samurais, which is definitely wrong. Samurai is the correct plural. Foreigners tend to like, improvise stuff like ninjas. I guess technically, if you're thinking about it in a foreigner, like, viewpoint, it's not really wrong by any means. I wouldn't really, like, actively correct you for it. That wouldn't really be right to do. Wait. Okay, hold on. No, I want this one. Okay, yeah, I don't care about the gold saucer right now. I'm not gonna do that yet. I just gotta go up here and do this. I almost went back into the city because I thought I'd missed it. Look. It's them. It's the boys. They look kind of weird in this game. They like don't really have eyes. They're just little squishy sockets. I don't know. I guess their eyes were closed. I mean, they still look weird, don't get me wrong. They always feel the need to redesign the Final Fantasy creatures between games. Which I guess, you know, to some extent is maybe a good thing. But I hear that the Moogles look really strange in the new Final Fantasy VII. Like, really strange. Like, they look like little teddy bears instead of Moogles. I remember seeing pictures and thinking they did not look right. So I think there's maybe a point where like you don't want to redesign them. Just give us like the fluffy Moogles from Crystal Chronicles or something. Nobody would complain. Everybody liked those ones. Ooh. I just do one more dungeon then wrap up. It'll have been about 5.5 hours at that point after all. As much as I would like to do the class quests too, maybe we'll do them next time. I'm running out of things to yap about finally. Mind is starting to slow down a little bit, so I'll have to stop at one point if I want to do the rest of my work tonight. I kind of forget what I have scheduled for Thursday. I think Thursday is Umineko Day, and I think Saturday is also... No, Saturday is not Umineko Day. I don't know. You know, the thing with like writing a schedule and making that and putting it out there is I'm not used to doing it, so I've unironically forgotten most of what's on it. Like, I could list off all the games I'm playing, but not the days I'm doing them, not exactly. On a Saturday I'm doing Kyrandia, and I'm doing Picayune Dreams one day this week. I haven't tried that yet. I think the gist of that is essentially it's kind of like Vampire Survivors, but more epilepsy and maybe more Danmaku dodging. I don't really know. It was yet another game in the sale that I just kind of grabbed. So yeah, there's that. I might play a bit of Rift Wizard 2 offline, by the way, just in my spare time, like as a breather in between little spurts of work. I was using Crawl for that, and I might still play more Crawl, but I'm kind of more interested in something new like Rift Wizard. Crawl is cool, but I also do find myself getting unnecessarily salty at Crawl. And Rift Wizard, I think it's a lot more dependent on your choices, and sometimes I feel like I don't have that kind of control in Crawl. Like, I feel like sometimes I just don't get enough control at all in that game. I feel like no matter who you're playing as, no matter what kind of class, sometimes you can just round the corner into like something bad. Like, maybe an experienced player, maybe they'd say like, oh, shout and lure the enemies around. So you want me to shout like several spaces away from every single corner in the game that I approach? Like, do you know how much that would like drag out the game by? And like, I'd have to wait for a few turns to see if anything shows up. And there's probably still stuff that would like kill me from a distance even if I did that. I don't know. Granted, that's something that can happen with like any Fog of War roguelike. Like, it can happen in Angband. But in Angband, you get a lot of more get out of jail free cards, you know. Scrolls of Teleportation are instant in Angband. They don't take several turns to channel. And I guess, to be fair, you know, you could probably still get out of a situation if you judged it bad early on enough in Crawl. But at the same time, because Crawl was like kind of an Iron Man roguelike, almost in the sense that like once you're in the dungeon, you're going down in the dungeon. Besides like maybe revisiting an old shop, there isn't really much point going back up. And shops have like limited stock and stuff. you don't have a guaranteed renewable source of like scrolls. I've had situations like 5 or even 10 floors in where like there are like some basic items that I just don't even have a single copy of because you get such limited items. And I don't really think that's any fault of mine at that point. Especially when like you get few enough scrolls of identify that it feels like for the first few floors, you pretty much have to just ID stuff by drinking it and reading it yourself because you won't have enough scrolls of identify to identify stuff anyway. Which kind of sucks. It's a very strict roguelike. It's always been like that. It would probably do me some good to like actually read up on like advice for crawl, honestly, and I wouldn't be against doing that. In fact, I think someone actually left me some advice on one of my VODs, and I hadn't gotten to reading and responding to it yet. Let's see, I'm gonna read this out. Rampage makes you take one extra step when moving towards enemies. If it would move you to the same tile with the enemies, you get a free attack instead. You can check your damage rating with @ Okay, good. I didn't know that. In skill training screen, you can use the capital letter to enable that skill to be trained and disable everything else. Okay. Reach down to closed door was not referring to Troll's height, but to the fact that you were flying. Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, I thought that was like flavor text because my character was tall. That makes sense. Talismans are ways to enchant your hands. Oh yeah, like shape-shifting things. Yeah, I figured out what those were. I played Shapeshifter last time. Reason to show accuracy because it never misses. Okay. Okay, cool. That's good to know. See what it does. Just for damage. Game used to only give half kills for XP by summons, but gives full now. Okay, good. That's nice. I could add a thing. Default manual training equals true to options. Always start the game with manual training. That might be nice. Let's see. And I could also do a thing to like open the skill screen automatically, but that's whatever. Contamination doesn't make casting magic easier. If I said it did, I didn't mean to. I assumed it made it harder. And apparently learning ice magic making learning player magic harder was removed aeons ago. So that's like another thing that was like in the game when I played a long time ago. Neat. I think I'll just go respond to that real quick while I'm waiting for the queue to pop and or not pop. See, so we're actually on a populated server now. The reason I wanted to play healer is, you know, kind of so I could get faster queue times. But this doesn't count as healer until I spec into scholar. One more level. And after I've done my quest, it still counts as DPS, unfortunately. So, not really much to do about it. So I got a deal, essentially. Oh, and I need to like make the other VODs from last stream public too. Oops. I haven't done that yet. Let's see here. Comments. Dungeon Crawlstone Soup comment person probably isn't watching Final Fantasy, but if by some chance you are, thank you for commenting with these tips. Thanks for the tips and clarification. As I said, it's been a long time since I last played the game. So there were some things that changed that I'm aware of, as well as a lot of things I guess I just never moved to begin with. I probably meant... whatever. Yeah, I'll just respond to that. Okay. I am generally really positive about a lot of the changes, especially hunger being removed. So I can't get over how huge that is. Okay. Look, I'm a good YouTuber. I responded. I wouldn't even really call me a YouTuber. I have a YouTube channel. But what a YouTuber. I mean, I put out a few scripted videos. Don't get me wrong. But how many subs do I have? On my main channel, I have... Actually, I have 1,300. It's not terrible. That's almost my Twitter followers, so... Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know how many you need to put YouTuber on your resume. Probably not that number. Probably more, though. Let's see. So, I'm still the only person in the party. But a lot of the times, like, you'll get put into, like, a group that just needs, like, you. Something like that. So that could instantly tick up to, like, a full group. Because people don't always queue alone, after all. The goblet is just the other housing place. And I guess while I'm at it, I've done the other two. I can do this one, too. There's more that come with, like, the expansions and stuff, too, by the way, later on. But sure, why not? While I'm here, got nothing else to do while I wait. There's other quests I could do here, probably. I think that one gives you, like, dyes or something? I don't actually know about that one. It's okay, I don't need to join the fates. I'm honestly tempted just to, like, teleport. Oh wait, the TP's up there. But I'm not going to be so petty as to teleport to save, like, 20 seconds of running. Not yet. Not till I have that 1,000,000 gil. Maybe then I will. Is it paste? Oh yeah, I remember, like, some really silly named enemies. I think they were in, like, Britannia. I can't remember, God. I'm gonna remember when I see them later on. There's some... No, they could have been an expansion. There's some weird names. What was that word I was gonna look up earlier? Ram something. It wasn't Rampart, it was like Ram Bob or whatever. I've already forgotten it. I was actually gonna look that up just out of, like... I don't really care. But I want to say I know what it means. So I was gonna look it up, but I've forgotten already. I will never see it again. Until I have to run Sashtasha again. So I'll probably see it again relatively soon. Once I start doing the duty finder, but I have the dungeon really yet. Wait. Oh no, I have the leveling one. I guess that's there, but don't really need to do it. Like, I don't need a level right now. It's not a bad thing to do, don't get me wrong. I just don't really care. I think if I join one of the grand companies, by the way, I think I'll get more stuff when I do that anyway, so it's better just to wait. It's kind of a waste to do right now, I think. This is down south. Good, I was pretty sure it would be in the same map. I don't think it's too long before I can get the chocobo. I might actually already be able to. I'm gonna have to look that up. Saves a little bit of time. Like, you're not super crazy fast, but it's still nice. And of course, you can get, like, actual mounts too. Like, the chocobo is a mount. Well, yeah, right. Okay, right. So, I had to think about it for a second. So, you can get the chocobo, and it's like a mount with, like, no restrictions. Like, it works as any other mount. And you can get the chocobo as, like, a companion that fights alongside you. It doesn't come into dungeons, of course, but it's useful sometimes, I guess. You can have a tank for you if you really want. So, to, like, summon it to fight for you, you need to, give it Geishel greens. Like, you need to summon it with the greens. So you need to, like, buy those and keep up a stock of them. They're really dirt cheap, though. They're almost free, I think. But, like, if you use it as a mount, you just hit the mount button on your hotbar or wherever you have it. So, yeah, I would like to get that ASAP. I'll look it up real quick after I do this. Adventures. Oh, I see, right, okay. So he's saying, like, no to the person outside, not no to us. I guess we could live here if we had the money. I don't have... Wow, Shingeki. See if there's anything funny in here. Well, there definitely aren't any pots for sale. Not many, at least. Nope. Nope, just... Why does hitting nothing teleport you over there? Why does it need to do that? Oh, okay, I'm stuck in here. Okay, sure. Stuck in here. I guess they just really don't want me to go into a loading screen. In case I have, like, a slow hard drive. Which does make your load times take, like, 10 or 15 seconds, by the way. I used to not have an SSD. quite a while back. That was how I first experienced Final Fantasy XIV on a regular HDD. Definitely not the best experience. My friend would like have to wait for me to load in every time we move between maps, which is naturally pretty often, you know? I'm gonna do this now, just to make sure that like it doesn't like warp me away somewhere after this, so it's done. Get this off this guy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Shut up. I need to accept. Thank you. I wish I could just turn all that off. Kind of obnoxious. Okay. Wait, was this one of the ones with good music too? I think it was kind of catchy. How do I fucking... Oh, there. There we go. That's how you switch it. I'll do the thing. Oh my god, I tried to dance again just now. Like, I almost hit the button. You start off with like a really useless dance, I think. Oh, never mind. He's done with watching the cutscene. I think it was the big person. I don't remember this place having this music. I thought this was one of the places with catchy music. You can pull as many as you want, just don't expect me to actually do damage. I'm still an arcanist. I will do my level best. Shubi says yes, so I guess we're doing the bigger pulls. Please don't ask me specifically, I don't really care. I'm okay with it. If we get out of here faster, that sounds good to me. Of course, we have to pick up the key. Drops the tiny key. Get key. Get winged sandals. Alright, everyone get in. Okay. They got to it just before I did. I wonder how Lethal Company mods are coming along these days. Yeah, the elevator reminded me because there's like a cool like office interior mod that has like an elevator in it. Granted, the last time I played with the Asprey server, or no, I guess it's the Chaos Disco now, technically. The old Asprey server, the like the unofficial one. You know, a mod sort of guy. Maybe he puts a few too many mods in the pack. Too many like Toho skin things. Puts the funny snail that follows you around. The thing that replaces the ghost girl with Koishi, and I don't give any of that. Personally, I just want to like the cool content mods that add like new monsters and new moons and especially new interiors. The new interiors are the best part. I had a really good time when like I was organizing the packs. Yeah, I think the elevator was like desyncing between different players, right? I think that was the problem. I think it would probably be fine now. I feel like modders have probably had a while to work that stuff out. And I assume the game probably get a little bit more like stable in the multiplayer department with like the latest update, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, if ever the server wants to come back, I can always like organize a mod pack for people. I don't know how people feel about the current ones, but I think you guys are playing content warning or maybe that and like Rabbit Steel nowadays. Rabbit Steel is cool, but I've already talked about that. It's too hard for me on hard. I've tried really hard. Also, the game's only 4 players anyway. This is Lethal Company without mods, but well, still. I wouldn't be surprised if there's mods for Rabbit Steel for more players. I don't know. I think there's workshop support, right? Or no, I think they said that we're gonna add workshop support because, like, I think they said it should be doable in Game Maker, but I gotta look at how to do it or something like that. They said it should be easy to add new bosses, but apparently hard to add new classes. I don't know why that's the case, but maybe they can make that a bit more approachable. Who knows? Rabbit Steel was cool. I actually already talked about it today. I've been talking about it recently. I think he's actually been like playing on the hardest difficulty, right? How's that been going? Like, have you guys actually cleared Lunar? I've been playing with a small group and we haven't even cleared hard. We haven't even like made it 2 bosses into hard, I don't think, honestly. It's hard. I want to be against joining Orange Juice sometime. I did... Well, I do own it, like, it was free recently. I think quite a lot of people grabbed it. I don't have any of the DLC, of course, any of the, like, 100 playable characters, so I'd be playing with nothing. Oh, he's saying... Oh, are we supposed to stack on you? I wasn't aware in that case. Unless that was a red, like, don't go over there. I don't remember this boss doing this before. If they upgraded this guy, he never did this. He definitely never did this. They made this guy more interesting. I do not remember that triple leap. I've never seen a boss do that. That was kind of cool. It's good. It's good. Catapults. Neat. Yeah, ally tethering can be tricky. Honestly, there's a lot of tricky stuff. Like, it's just hard, like, coordinating. Like, if everyone has, like, stay away zones on them, it's hard to, like, unless you point it out really deliberately beforehand. You need to, like, say, okay, like, I'm gonna go left here, you go right, or whatever. But sometimes, like, you're not in the right place for that to work out, and you have to, like, ad-lib it. And everyone's gonna, like, start talking over each other, and by the time you say who's gonna go where, you've already gotten a hit, and you're out the next phase. Oh, it's okay, you didn't miss all that much, Yuzu. Rift Wizard 2 is pretty cool, though, and I'm gonna play it more next week, I think. Also on... I don't know, I looked into the circle, Kyra, that you linked. I couldn't find anything where they said, like, it is or isn't okay to use their stuff, unfortunately. Also, I don't... Well, they do have, like, some songs up on their SoundCloud for free. Maybe, like, 15 or 20 or so. But they didn't have anything on YouTube besides, like, a live concert recording. Oh, for quite a while, I looked through, like, 5 different members' Twitters. There's just nothing, unfortunately. A lot of old circles tend to not mention that kind of thing because, you know, like... Well, no, actually, that's not really true. Because, like, even if, like, stream BGM wasn't really a thing back then, using music in videos was still just as much of a thing. And, you know, I think you can reasonably assume if someone says one is okay, then the other is okay, because, you know, uploading, like, a stream as a VOD, you know, is putting it in a video. Live streaming is essentially a video, too, so... As far as I'm concerned, one means the other's okay. You know, I'm not going to be that picky in my standards. I don't think there's really any need to go to that much trouble and go ask them about that, at least. But I do have some other artists I'm going to be putting in stuff for. I will be wrapping up still a while, though. I was going to maybe end up with a dungeon, but maybe I'll do the class quest first. Not sure. It'd be nice to get it out of the way. Is it Tuesday for me? It's now Wednesday morning, technically, 2:19 a.m. But I started on Tuesday night, so it's okay. I still kept to my schedule. I think I started at like 10 or so. Ooh, 9 something, 10 something, maybe? Uncertain. Memory unclear. Okay. This guy's probably the same. You gotta, like, use little explosives in this fight. I assume he hasn't changed, unlike the last guy. Yeah, I'll actually have to check and see what I'm doing on Thursday. I mentioned it before. I don't remember those sound effects. But I think this attack was always here. I guess they have done, like, some touch-ups on old Realm Reborn bosses. Cool. Nice. Thankfully, I don't think anyone in, like, dungeons, like early game baby dungeons, is, like, using a DPS mod to, like, check everyone's DPS. No one's gonna care. Oh, the Arcanist isn't using Carbuncle enough. Kick this guy. Thankfully, I don't think people really care. If we're doing, like, extreme raids, I could get that, because there are actually, like, damage checks and stuff in extreme raids. Typically, though, just to, like, grab it and steal. The reason people fail the damage checks isn't because they're not doing enough damage, because they're doing a bad job of the rotations. It's usually because they died, so they can't do any damage. From my experience, that's almost always the case, you know. like every time I've hit the like damage threshold timer thing in Raven Steel and the boss is just killed, me or the group I'm playing with, I don't think I've ever hit it in single player. So I guess I should just say the group I was playing with. It was because we had like multiple deaths in the fight, which is pretty much to be expected on hard mode, I think, without a lot of practice. And we did like try to like get kind of serious about it too. Already recorded a couple of our sessions when we like went back and talked about some of the patterns and like tried to plan out how to do them. And I guess that helped out a little bit, but at the same time, a lot of it isn't really not knowing what to do. It's my inability to like process all the multiple things happening on screen at once. Like I just hone in on like making sure I do one thing, and then like I do it and I'm like, okay, I need to like sit here and wait for this to be over. I'm like watching the bar pop above my head, and it turns out like before the bar can even pop, like, oh, I was too close to mouse or something, we both took damage, like because I didn't notice, and he probably didn't notice either if he was sitting next to me the whole time. So it is a hard game. Readability issues, mostly with me though. I think most of it's on me. I think if anything, the parts where like the boss cleaves like 4 parts of the screen or whatever, I think maybe those could be a bit more clear. I don't mean like cleaving in like order or something, because there's actually numbers for that. I mean like Tasha, or the boss that comes after her. Tasha is difficult as hell. Total co-op shoot 'em up. I don't think I've ever seen one. I think the only co-op shmup I've ever really played is Zero Ranger, which was hell of a good game, by the way. But I don't think I've ever seen like a co-op one. I mean, you could totally do it. It wouldn't be difficult to make by any means. Obviously, like, online would be tough. Oh, shit, I'm supposed to be in the middle. It's okay, I totally remember that. I totally, you know, saw the tiny little circle on the boss. That's... okay. I don't know if it would have killed me, but it would have hurt like hell, that's for sure. But yeah. Online for shmups is obviously kind of an iffy thing, so you'd probably just want to make it local co-op, and if people want to play online, they can just do remote play. That might be the easiest way to do it. Granted, I have dabbled with online shmup code once, when I was working on a project that never ended up going anywhere. Like all my projects. I think we have to help you here. I think we like split the damage by doing that. I've never seen the icon before, by the way. I think that's new. They did not have the icon. The first time I saw it, I thought it was something that our tank put on as an indicator, because you can do that kind of thing. But I think that's something they added, which is awesome, honestly. That's great. I was literally talking about this the other day, actually. How there's like issues with like the game not teaching you that kind of stuff very well. And like the first tank buster like that you like are supposed to stack for that really matters from what I remember is the one in Shiva Extreme. And there's probably an indicator for that now, which is really great, because otherwise you pretty much need someone to just tell you, like, watch Shiva's hotbar and stand in front of Shiva when this happens, otherwise your tanks will die. Oops. So if they've improved that, I'm seriously really happy. That's really cool, actually. That kind of fixes up like my biggest issue with the game potentially, or at least mitigates and improves it a bit. I'm sure there's still going to be some readability stuff or like clarity stuff I complain about. But like I said, I'm going to try to be a good boy this time playing Final Fantasy, and I'm going to try to like meet the game on its own terms and play by its rules. I'm going to try. I'm still going to complain a bit, so bear with me. The cat girl's still there in the street, in case you're curious. Just there in the rain. Yep. Oh yeah, I mean, co-op shmups are definitely a thing. Don't get me wrong, like, shmups have been co-op since, like, the arcade days, right? But I don't know if I've ever seen many co-op Danmaku games. Well, Toho specifically, I guess. I mean, for Danmaku, there's Zero Ranger, there's Ikaruga, stuff like that. There's arcade games as well, too. I think there's probably, like, a bunch of cave ones as well. It says report to him, but okay, I guess this is what it wants us to do. Okay. report means enter duty and go kill things, I guess. I got confused because I thought it was gonna like send me back to the dungeon or something. That's not the case, I guess. Okay. I guess I'm just fighting this one guy. I mean, alright, sure. He's already halfway dead, so... Is this just a funny joke fight? Because he's not much of a fight here, I don't think. And he's gonna call people in. I mean, you're kind of too late, buddy. I'm just gonna burst you down at this point. You were literally already dead by the time they reach you. Isn't that funny? I mean, I don't know why these guys are even fighting me now. Like, I would have spared you guys. You know, you could have just said, oops, sorry, never mind, that guy's a jackass. We're just gonna go back into the crowd, but... Okay. I assume these people don't actually die. They probably just get knocked out, right? Then their bodies turn invisible for a while because they have, like, a ring of invisibility that was just not active. Yeah, see, he's fine, he's fine. Look at him. Look at me just holding up my book and showing you, hey, I really like this panel. I like this panel in Death Note. This is the panel where he says everything went just as planned. This is a cool panel. Look, 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 look. Wait, I'm watching a cutscene. Oops, stop that, stop that, stop that. I promised. Yeah. But no, I don't want to bring up chat messages. Okay, out of the instance. Good. I get like 2 levels from that dungeon, apparently. What the hell are you doing? I'm not even sure what class that is. Is that maybe Astrologian? I don't know. I don't remember a skill called Eucrasia. Sounds maybe kind of familiar. Maybe that's an Astrologian thing. I don't really know skill names. Why would I, right? All the Novice is like another... Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't need to do that. Wait, I didn't even talk to the right person. Why did I talk to you? Wow, best viewers. Wow. Wow. Praise. Best viewers up your ass. There we go. Dealt with. Oh, cool. It gets rid of it on the overlay, too. Good. Mix It Up is a good app for streaming, and it's free. You should use it for this kind of thing. Instead of, like, paying a site to, like, give you, like, a functional overlay and stuff like that. I think you can do alerts and stuff with this, too. I just haven't bothered setting them up. It's kind of lazy. I don't even know if people want that kind of thing. Oh, Waking Sands. You're gonna send me to the Waking Sands? Wow. The first of many visits. Might as well travel up there at least. It's gotta go back up here. It's a bit of a walk. They don't give you a warp there, by the way. You need to like walk from this town to the Waking Sands every time, and it's like a good minute or so, probably. Even at the Chocobo. I don't really... I don't really know. I don't see a reason for it. I think you just put another crystal up here. There's like another like little outpost village kind of thing up here. I don't know why. But like, I don't even have a bird yet. Like, I'm still going. There's like a little mini area with fish and stuff you gotta walk through here. It's just kind of a big silent trek. Hey, but the sky looks nice. I thought it was a person. It's just an NPC freaking out. Sure. Oh yeah, it actually does move a little. And it is animated, kind of. Like, you can see some of them kind of sparkle, like right here. I mean, that's just a weird pixel effect because I don't see any of the others doing it. Sorry, Fluffy Momo. This is kind of getting awkward. I look up the stars alone. I'm not looking to, like, have a partner for it. Please don't socialize with me. Unless you're someone watching the stream, in which case, hello, sure. But I'm nervous around strangers and MMOs. I don't know if that's weird or not. I'm just not really used to it. If it's a game with voice chat or something, I don't really mind, I guess. I don't know. It was nice talking to people in the Chaos Discord for Lethal Company. I had such a blast. Lethal Company was such a great game for me to play and like meet people with. I guess to be fair, that's a community I was already part of. It's just like so many gambles, just meeting like a random person in a mobile and striking up a conversation. It's kind of like a commitment to. Why do I not? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I don't care about that quest. Welcome to the Waking Sands. You may not talk to this person. I don't actually know what that is. It's probably for a dungeon or something. Or for like Realm Reborn end game dungeon or something, an optional one maybe. Not sure. Here's where there's a lot of important characters that get introduced, but look. If you want to see the characters, go watch YouTube cutscenes. I don't got time for that. I'm a busy man. Well, I'd like to be a busy man, but sometimes I have a hard time getting myself going in the morning, but doesn't everyone? I think I have better stuff now that I did the dungeons and got some loot, so I'll just take the money. Look at all these important characters here.
So you are the adventurer of whom I've heard so much.
No, it's not me, sorry. I wanted room A2. This is room A1. Also, where's the bathroom? I have a retainer right now. It's a cool thing that you can do. Whatever. Well, we had to pick that one. With retainers, you can like have them go harvest stuff automatically. Retainers are how you sell stuff on the market. You get like, I think 10 sell slots per retainer. You can buy more retainers for real money if you want. That's how they make some of their money. Why am I leaving? I need to talk to you two. Okay. Well, what level are these quests, by the way? How far in am I? Level 17. My character's level 31. I guess that's because of the dramatic EXP increase. Oh god. I think I'm really supposed to be level 31 at this point in the game yet. That is maybe too much of an EXP increase. I think with this and a lot of other MMOs, they really like speed up the experience because they know people don't care that much about the base game, which I feel like is kind of bad, right? Like it's content, you know, you still put a lot of time and effort into making. I don't know if you should really be like encouraging people to just rush through it like that and barely engage with it because they're going to be vastly over-leveled. That's over on the east. Okay. Alright. Yeah, oops. Oh, it's way over there. Oh, I don't have any of these maps yet. Jeez, you really had me walk. If you started in Ul'dah, you're good to go here, but I did not. So yeah, this is where the game stops like caring about where you started. We're past that point now. The Waking Sands is in Ul'dah. There's no changing that, so we'll be coming back to Ul'dah a lot for that. But we'll still be doing plenty of stuff in the other regions too, don't get me wrong. And then there's like other regions too. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's some players who like want to speed through stuff and get to the new stuff, but they make their money off like story skips for that, which are a crazy thing to even offer in a game, but you can get it. I think it instantly makes you like, well, level 50 or 60 or whatever you need to be. I think it gives you like some guild to work with and like relevant gear and just skips all the main story quests and like unlocks like all the dungeons and stuff that you would have gone through so you can go do them at your leisure later. It's a crazy thing to just sell for that. So it's like a crazy idea at all, just like skip part of your game. In my mind, it's kind of like the ability to like speed up or like skip through parts of like your battle pass or whatever. It's like, okay, so I pay you some money so I can play less of your game, but I could just pay you no money and play none of your game. Smart, right? I don't know. At least in a game like this, I guess like you're making your way to new content, but if you like pay to like skip through a battle pass, you're just paying extra money to like get stuff from the tiers. And yeah, I guess like I could see it if like maybe you buy the battle pass like halfway through the duration, like you're like shit, I don't have enough time to max it out and get the big skin at the end I want. That like you can only get from the battle pass. Mind you, I don't buy any of this stuff, but I'm trying to think about like on the mindset of someone who does maybe. Like if I were someone who bought the battle pass or something, what would essentially get me to like buy a skip or like an accelerant, like the super duper battle pass edition? I guess that would be like if I didn't have enough time otherwise. But if it's at the very start of like the battle pass season or whatever, and I know that I do have enough time, it's so contradictory to like buy for the accelerant thing, because I could just, you know, if I like the game enough to buy the battle pass, I imagine I'd probably want to like it enough to just play it enough to finish the battle pass, unless it's one of those ones that's like purposefully so slow that takes like 300 hours or something. And I guess that's probably the majority these days. 300 hours is obviously an exaggeration. I was watching a video recently, so I can't offer a number. Diablo 4, I think, is about like 80 hours for a battle pass if you don't buy like an accelerant thing for it, which is still pretty nuts. Hey, evening. I think you finished Daichan, right? I saw you weren't playing it today. I'm gonna get to like translating your stuff in the sheet later tonight. If you finished the game, how did the game go? Ah, yes, yes. Evening. Konbanwa. He's doing Yakuza again. Did he finish, World's End yesterday? Daichan game? Daichan's Great Adventure. Right, I'm just here to attune to this, actually. Then move on. Let me see. Now we gotta go over to the east to another map. I think that's like one of the Beast Clan things up there. Yeah, you did. Okay, good. I figured 2 streams would be enough to finish it, especially considering how long you played for the first time. What was all the new content? How was it? Was it like fun? Nothing like stupid, unreasonable, overly glitchy? I haven't played through a single lick of it, so I don't really know what it's like, besides, you know, like, I've translated the dialogue that says what you have to go and do and whatnot. That's all I really know. Enjoyed it? Good, good. I'm really glad to hear that. If it's a good addition to the game, then I'm very glad. I hope that, like, you know, people in the community will be accepting of the game. Because, you know, I know it doesn't have, like, the best appearance. It's got, like, some low-res textures and stuff. And people might say, like, you're gonna put this on Steam for this price? I'm gonna try to make sure they put it up for, like, a relatively decent price. I'm gonna recommend that, because I want to say on Deal site, it's, like, about, like, 25 bucks worth of money. And I think, I'm not being critical of the devs when I say this, but I think people, with how the climate is, I think people will probably complain that that's too much for the game. Even though it does offer like a decently long experience and a lot of stuff that you can do with it, you know, it's also like there are many games in the genre and whatnot. It could be worth it, but at the same time, that's the same price you'd pay for GOS, and at least content wise, especially polish wise, they're obviously very different games. I don't think we can say there's like an objective standard for like pricing games like, oh, this many hours. This many devs worked on it, spent this much time at this price. I don't think you could really do that, and it's not really fair to think about it that way. It's more of like a by feel thing. And a lot of the time these days, indie Dojin games tend to go for pretty cheap, like 5 to 15 bucks. Like Fairy Card Road, pretty cheap. Hina-chan, Sasaki-sama. I guess stuff like GOS is on the higher end, but again, I think that's fair. That's like an entire 200 or 300 hour ass RPG. GOS is absolutely worth that money. GOS is worth 60 bucks. GOS is worth like AAA price. Incredible game. DoD as well. DoD too. DoD can also be worth money. I don't love it as much as I love GOS, but I still love it as a family member. Let's say that. Let's say that. but I love GOS like a wife. These are some really strange comparisons, and I should probably stop. Hey, has. Alright, do a few more things in here then. Oh, but actually, let's me interact with one of them. It's funny. In fact, you know what? I mean, I don't think the game will actually let me do this. I think it'll still insist that I beat these guys. There's nothing stopping me. Usually the game doesn't let you interact with stuff like this. Oh my god, it's actually letting me do it. It must be because this is early content, because the game never, ever lets you do this. It'll always say like, there's threats around, you can't do that. You're in danger, you can't just crouch down and examine a body. They always make you like beat the random enemies that show up out of nowhere and just butt in. I can't believe they actually let me do that. Hilarious. Realm Reborn, everyone. Oh hey, I want to talk to a Chocobo Keep. Like I said, I was curious. Can I get Chocobo? Yeah, I hope I can. Oh no, that's just for renting one. That's not the same. I have to do like an actual quest to unlock it. Yeah, I'm making sure not to have like too many RPGs, and I'm trying to be careful to not like do multiple VNs like in a row on the same day as well. I think like all the different roguelikes and stuff will offer me some variety. And I'm also trying to like splash in like action roguelikes, like Picayune Dreams is like a bullet hell kind of roguelike thingy. So I want to have like some stuff in there so it's not just all like, you know, turn-based roguelikes or VNs or something silly like Final Fantasy. I do not know how many peaches are in Underworld. Sorry, if I had set up the group chat, that'd be something you could ask the devs. So keep that question in your pocket, and I'm gonna open up my to-do list. Make group chat night in all caps. I will do that. After I'm done streaming, I will do that first before I go and start like tackling the issues in the sheets. Also, I have to ask Zelda-fan if he started playing it or not as well. I don't know if he has. Oh cool, because I hit level 30, I got 15 days added to my character for free apparently. Nifty. Yeah, I don't know if Zelda-fan like knows that he's good to go and start or not. So I'll give him a heads up. You two are both testing. You got all the peaches and all each of it. I haven't got the all the peaches achievement. Okay. I assume it mentions like in the UI like that you have them all or something like that. Probably right. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What did I even just accept? Oh, I accepted the guild leave thing. I didn't mean to do that. What is wrong with me? I'll go do that in a second then, I guess. I keep doing that. I keep hitting the wrong button just instinctively because I would always do all of these. Oh, okay, yeah. Whatever. Hand over. Have the flowers. I actually have no idea either, unfortunately. So we'll have to ask Caution himself. Okay, let me go do the guild leave before I accept the next thing, I guess. Oh, that reminds me. I had it on my like stream game list, but I decided I would try off stream instead. I played a Pokemon Crystal League, I think it's called, for a bit. No, sorry, Pocket Crystal League. Kind of like Inscription, but with Pokemon a little bit. Obviously, without the story. It's more like it's more of a grind game than anything, though. I am playing it. Wait, don't go down there. You're doing the leave first. I'm playing it with like some mods that I had listed that you could play. It's like a modded version with like a lot more content and stuff. There isn't really strategy like there is in Inscription. You just kind of like get money and like upgrade your cards and stuff and evolve them and level them up, which yeah, I guess it ticks a box in my head. But I feel like it's just a numbers game. I'm like 3 gyms in. I don't know if it changes or if it gets more interesting. I feel like it's probably not gonna, so maybe I'll keep doing it like if I'm in a brainless mood and need something to do, but I feel like it's not really that interesting, unfortunately. I mean, maybe it's better if you do it without the mods, honestly. I have no idea. Let's see. Where is the guy? He's... I don't know where the guy is. Hold on. Also, if I kill this, it's helpful to get it out of the way. I need to, like, escort someone for this one, but I don't know where the hell they are. Are they... Usually bring them to the circle, right? Hold on. 20 minutes to figure this out, I guess. Oh, it's you. Hi. Never mind, I'm just blind. Okay, I don't know where... Oh, we're going down there. Okay, got it, alright. I do this, it's really annoying. I think you can like put the email on your hotbar too, but I'm really doing it right now, so here, we'll just do this. Yes, it's as goofy and awkward as you might think it would be. Is this a good way to do an escort mission? I don't know, you tell me. Oh, no, I mean, at least he's not like running forward and getting killed, really. Like on his own. I didn't mean to aggro that thing, but it's on me now, I guess. Oh, but the interesting thing is sometimes during these quests, these like, try to figure out the word, bring person somewhere, escort. Sometimes during the escort quests, escort leaves, there's like optional chests and stuff that show up on the side, or like special monsters that you can kill for some bonus XP and rewards. I haven't seen any yet, mind you. It's kind of random if they show up or not. Am I too far? Yes, it was too far. Taco. Come on. I mean, it sounds to me like you have all the peaches, but... that number is yet unknown. What was the enemy that you said appeared? Oh no, wait, no, that was earlier. No, it was now. It said a new enemy appeared, but I don't see a thing. Okay. Sure. If thou insisteth. Let's get you into the green zone on the map and we should be good. I mean, you are definitely in the green zone. What? Oh, okay. He needs to be roughly in the middle of the green zone, I guess. Okay. Sure. If you insist. Good. So I can do those here at any point now, which will be useful for later on, trust me, for leveling various classes. It's good to have them. It's very, very good to have them. Even if I don't need them in this immediate moment, because I am vastly over-leveled. Take this. I don't know what it is, but take it. My UI says I'm supposed to give it to you. My UI says I have to go speak with the common folk. I remember this quest. I just have to find the common folk. I will do no such thing. I must speak with you. Done. Checked off the list. He said to go away. He wouldn't take the flyer, unfortunately, but I tried. Yeah, I don't think these people are very, very happy to see me. That is indeed not a rocket in their pocket. No solicitations. I'm gonna get like a t-shirt that says no solicitations. Just open the door to like Jehovah's Witnesses. Just point to it, shut the door. And they're not really bad people. I had them come around once when I was mowing the lawn at my old house. Unfortunately, if you're out mowing the lawn and you're not inside your house, if you're like me and you have a hard time saying no to people, you've already lost. You can't just keep riding the lawnmower and like ignore them. And you know, ah man, it was so awkward. Again, like they were nice people. They were nice people, but I still would have rather not had talked to them. But like, I just can't be rude to strangers like that. If someone comes by my house and like wants to sell me something, which does happen now and again, There's like people around who like I'm knocking your house and they try to get you to buy like their window services or stuff like that, or like their roofing. If one of them comes around, I ignore them. I don't go to the door. They leave their like paper in the door and they leave. I open the door and I throw it out. That is our routine. I will not open it and talk to them. I'm not going to tell them to go away. I'm not going to tell them I want their stuff or don't want it. I just don't want to talk to them. I just let them go. And typically, my parents come around to mow the lawn as well when I'm mowing it. It's a pretty big lawn and they own the property technically, so it's a kind of a group effort. Oh, do I... Hold on. Oh, right, I can go up the hill? How do I get back up there again? Is there, oh, it's right there, it's right there. Yeah, like, they would probably go tell them to bugger off if they showed up during the lawn thing. Typically, I'm, like, out back mowing my part anyway, so... Yeah, they'd probably see them first. Good. Here, have this golden airship ticket. Is that really an bomb corpse? Because that looks like a flower. Oh, goodness. So, we're not burying it. Oh, no, we are. It's just multiple steps. Okay, there we go. We're burying it with rocks. I mean, hey, whatever standards they want, I guess. Thought you were inside before. No, wait, I haven't gone inside yet. No, I'm going inside. I don't think this whole thing out here takes too much long. I think we have to dress up as commoners at one point, though, and go talk to them again and get more info out of them. I think it's probably coming up next, which means that's probably a good place to wrap up. But let me head back on over to Camp Drybone. I did examine the crystal. Good. Just checking. This is one of the maps that has a multiple, right? It's not. No. Okay. You never know. There's a few maps in the game that have 2. I don't know if there's any that have 3. I feel like probably not. Of course, there's some that have none. So that's how they get you right there. Yeah, all this stuff is still like really low level. I definitely don't want it. I got way better stuff in the dungeon. I'm kind of good to go for a bit. I guess the dungeon stuff is low level too, actually. Because they're low level dungeons, but still. I gotta go straight back up there. Wait, Golden Bazaar is that the name of the like cathedral church thing? What? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, what is that? Is that a church? Is that technically what it is? I'm trying to like... It's a church and you called it the Golden Bazaar. I don't know, calling your church a bazaar seems kind of weird, but I guess this is like kind of the trading capital. So maybe it's like being buried at a bazaar is like respectful for them. Maybe that's something they like. Also, I went the entirely wrong way. I didn't want to... Oh, right. I'm not going to the church. I'm going up to the other place. Never mind. I'm a dipshit. The church is not called the bazaar. I'm like making up this like weird setting where like they're so in love with their trading culture that they like being buried at a place called the Golden Bazaar when it's absolutely fake. This is what happens when you don't read the text. And when you don't read the map. I'm just not reading in general, honestly. Let's read what this ability does. AoE damage. Really low AoE damage though. Not very good. Huh. I feel like they upgraded your graphics. I don't think these guys looked like this before. Because that does not look like an enemy I've ever seen. I think that's like an entirely new model or something. Unless I'm just getting memory hold. It has been 3 years, but I don't know. Some stuff feels out of place. Like, all these guys are normal. The Earth Spirits are normal. Or Earth Sprite. Oh, those are perfectly fine. Like, they haven't changed a bit, I don't think. Like, if they have, I can't tell. But that like weird shaggy goat thing, totally different. I don't remember it looking like that at all. The Vandalous Imp, he's the same. Same old guy. Hasn't changed one bit. The war did nothing to him. I'll do another one or so of these if they're just runarounds, I guess. I'll probably just stop after I talk to this person. It's already been over 6 hours at this point. I said I was going to wrap up an hour ago, and then I had to do a dungeon. And then the dungeon took forever. What is going on? What are these poses that... Huh? Are you like... Oh. Okay, sorry. Don't mind me. Carry on with your business. I guess sometimes the first impression is spot on. Alright. This is just another go talk one. Oh wait, no, it says save for it. No, okay. That's probably a good place to stop then. Oh, but I need to sign out in a sanctuary so I get the XP boost when I come back in. So over here counts. Right. No. Okay, hold on. Alright, let me keep doing stuff until I end up back at a sanctuary, I guess. And what are you guys up to? I'm talking about stew. You know, I never really thought about it, but I guess they have to like manually set the eye color on all the NPCs. And I doubt that they make many of them have purple eyes like this guy here. I guess the other one has them too, but he doesn't have the like brooding, you know, emo teenager like stance. Actually, are these like nuns or something? They have like I can't see their hair. Maybe it's just how the hood is. But I don't think that's the hair. It looks like it's almost like a hair cap or something. I have no idea. Can't really tell. I guess to be fair, like that could be a male Lalafell or a female one. You can't really tell like in that kind of outfit. Hi there. See, so here's what I was talking about early on. If I try to put these to sleep and I try to save her. You know, I need to... There's like an auto attack thing. I just bonked that with my staff. I think you can turn that off like entirely. See, there are more pressing matters I had. See, it usually doesn't let you do what I did earlier. So that's why it's even funnier that it did let me do it that one time. Unbelievable. You know, I could actually cast, like, heal on her. But I suppose we can still hold out our hand, too. So this goes back to the sanctuary. Sanctuary is just a catch-all term for, like, towns and outposts and stuff. But I guess this one over here doesn't count. Going to the church, not a sanctuary. No, sorry. We don't mean that kind of sanctuary. That is not good enough. You have to be over here. There has to be a bazaar. Alright. Here, take the money. Okay. So next time, we'll be walking over here and talking to... I don't know, is that guy a fan favorite Thancred? I don't know. He's an important guy. Anyway, I'm gonna head off. I'll be back Thursday with... Twitter's loading slowly. Twitter's had issues like over the past few days too. Trying to like look up some stuff in some artist Twitters a couple nights ago. Well, yesterday actually, to like see if they like let people use the music, and it kept just giving me errors, and I had to wait like 10 minutes for it to actually let me search again. Thursday we'll be starting Umineko episode 4 and starting Picayune Dreams as well. So new stuff.